Oh, wait, yeah, I do.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let us be lovers, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, calling.
I think that's 10 seconds.
All right.
Ah, take that, YouTube.
That's a cassette single.
All right, Mox, do it to it.
Speaking of edging, you're just getting to the good part.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to Arcade Hangout, where a bunch of friends get together once a week on Tuesdays at about 8:30, it seems like nowadays. Talk about arcade games, toys, and beer, and movies, and other miscellaneous, whatchamacallit.
Shenanigans.
So, and shenanigans, too.
And we are the longest running live arcade
Wait.
Sorry.
I wanted to announce the IRC chat. Don't go to YouTube chat just because we hate all the censorship. We're anti-censorship here.
Yeah, it
So
smells.
we have an IRC link. I don't think Orange put the link. If you look at our older shows, we have a link to it there and in the description. No, we
Sorry,
suck.
we're too lazy.
Sorry, folks. This is only our third show.
No, actually, we are the quincentennial anniversary tonight.
What the fuck does that mean?
Which is the 125th episode.
Oh.
You see what set you up for
I'm
that?
going to try to say that again. Quincentennial.
And we're an arcade podcast that has more women than the rest of the guys out there.
Yeah, fuck you.
Totally ate Latin.
Fuck you.
We have not only more women on the show, we have more women in the chat too.
Yes, that's right. Yes, we do.
So, welcome everybody who's here tonight. And do we want to do Carrie's announcement first before we do the question?
Yeah, we can do the question.
Because I think the question will go pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay, so this week's question, we always do a question every week. And this week's question was some asshole came up with it. It was, oh, wait, it was me.
I think it's got white hair.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's kind of a play, playing off of last week's theme, sort of.
A little bit, yeah. So we were
This
talking
time I
about
can't think of anything.
sending away for that thing with, box tops or whatever. It kind of got me thinking about toys that I had when I was a kid and thinking about what toy do I remember that I loved, I kept for a long time, played with for a while, and then one day you finally sell it, or your mom sells it at a garage sale or something that you've let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
And it's gone. And you wish you didn't let it go. Because I like sold. We'll get into our when it goes around, but everybody has something a toy that they had that they go, why did I sell that? I'm so stupid. Yeah. And then later you go back to go look for it, and it's either maybe you don't want to get it again because maybe your wife or significant other will get you like, why do you want to buy that thing? That's a toy.
Right.
Maybe it's too expensive.
Yeah, like 10 times what it was originally like.
Oh yeah.
The price of the 80s was on eBay.
It was $10 when I was a kid, and now it's like $300 because it's a collector's item.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I hear that from Carrie all the time.
Robotech, Valkyrie, fucking thing. Voltron 5 Lions, diecast metal fucking thing.
Fuck you, Matchbox.
Stupid, worthless,
Anyway.
no good, goddamn.
So, does anybody have one ready that I can pass this off to so they can start? Anybody? Or do I have to just randomly pick somebody? All right, Dave, go for it. Oh, my
I'm not ready. Oh, there we go.
You know what's kind of funny is mine is arcade related, and I was living in New York, and my parents actually owned a hobby store, like trains, dollhouses, like models and stuff. They opened it when I was in high school and had it for about 10 years. So I think they got rid of it about 1998. So I was in New York. It was 95, 96, and my dad asked about selling. You guys
It's a case
still
of
want?
Bud Light.
I know. I know.
He's been trying to reclaim his childhood ever since.
It was the ColecoVision with the expansion module, and he said, "Do you guys want this?" And I'm like, no. So he just brought it to the store and had it in a box and put whatever $70 on it or whatever it was, or 50. I said whatever you want. And I kept for years, like I've been asking, I go, come on, Dad, you didn't really sell that, did you? You threw it in the attic for us because he's like, no, I sold it. You said go ahead, and I'm like, damn it, I want it back now.
$10.
Yeah, I don't even know what he sold it for, but we did. I mean, I wasn't here, and it's like, no, but it was still floating around, and that's why I was like, oh, that was our system. That was the,
Ah.
you know, I don't know where the hell my brother's Nintendos went, but yeah, that was, and I regret that. But that and the magical musical thing, if anyone remembers what that is,
What's
it
that?
was it was a long stick with a touchpad that just played notes, and it had it was a weird. It was a very early '80s toy.
It was like puff pad buttons, wasn't it?
Dude, you're a
It wasn't real
genius.
buttons.
Yes, you're a genius. Yes,
Man, the
you're
stuff
right.
that Mock remembers. That's
Ah.
all
Dude, he knows it.
it
He
is.
knows it. That brain, I'm telling you.
I haven't.
It's all
It's
those
either
buttons.
that or it's song lyrics and movie quotes, right, Mock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're better at that than I am, Jim.
All right,
Well,
so-
I
so-
can't remember toys for the life of me though.
Oh no.
So
We have to compliment each other.
Since Mock remembered the puff things, I want to hear his toy.
What a segue!
I actually I have a bunch, so I
Of
got.
course you do.
I'll just say two real quick. One of them was a sound wave with all the cassettes. I sold for $70 on eBay. And that's one I regret.
What year was
Yeah,
that?
so that was 10 times 7.
We can make it. Yeah, it'll work.
What was your question, Andrew?
Well, you didn't
when
sell
did
it in your childhood then if it was on eBay.
Yeah, when did you sell that on?
Oh yeah, that was okay. So something when I was little that I got rid of. Okay.
No, when did you
I-
sell it on eBay?
I sold that
When?
probably about
2 weeks
30 years ago or 20 years ago, something like that.
So it was
On eBay?
early eBay.
Like
yeah.
when eBay really was starting up, yeah. But anyway, yeah, probably a toy that I had that I really regret getting rid of. That's really actually worth a lot of money now on eBay. Is I had the original Kenner alien doll. You remember that tall one? It's about
the giant one.
the big
Yeah,
one. And
yeah.
They had like in the back there was a little button you could press, and its inner mouth would pop out, and it also had like this glow in the dark head with this plastic over it, and I kept everything. I never lost any of it, and I used to scare my cousins with it. I turn off the lights, and the head would light up, and I'd go up to their face while they're sleeping and go, "Rawr!" and they'd open their eyes, and there's a monster in front of them, glowing in the dark.
Didn't they make repos of that?
I think they did.
I think someone did because I didn't know about the original toy, but I swear I've heard of the repos of it.
Yeah, it was one of the ugliest toys ever. I remember the news was talking about it and everything, just because no one had ever put out a toy like that. I mean, it was pretty detailed. It looked real close to the Geiger. Is it Giger design?
Yeah, it depends on how
Is it
German you
Geiger?
are.
Yeah.
Giger or Geiger or whatever. But anyway, I
Oh,
sold it.
wow.
I sold it at a garage sale for $5, and now I think it goes for like 300 or more or something on eBay. I'll go take a look real
It's like
quick.
still in the box.
Yeah, I
$5.
have the box too. Let's see. Anyway, that's my two.
I love that story.
Yeah. So how about Andrew? Do you have one?
You know, I had to think about this. So I don't have a specific toy, but I remember being a very kind of angry and awkward teenager. If you can believe that.
Get out of here.
I know, right?
No.
So, I don't want to get all emo on you guys, but like, so I left my parents' house when I was.
We're going to hear
17.
All American Rejects
I
now.
don't know. All right. Do you want to go ahead and play some soft, like really sad?
Yes.
Let's
Great.
see. He ain't
Oh,
heavy.
what-
He's my brother.
No, so I left my folks' house when I was 17. Got kicked out, and
What'd you do?
oh, dude, it's a long list of shit. But like,
Okay.
basically, yeah, like it was not happy at home, and so when I hit, so I'd been living on my own, and I was 19, and I was moving to California the first time, and I got to the house, and it was like pretty much like wrapping up my affairs, and my folks are basically like, "You got like all this shit in the house, like you got to get rid of this stuff," and I was like, "All right, I don't fucking care." It's like a cleansing moment, right? And I had this a couple of boxes, but like one in particular, like big box of toys that I just, it's the shit you keep from your childhood, right? And it's just stayed in the box. It was in the back of the closet, but they had no desire to keep it, and in the anger of youth, like, I'm fucking done with this shit.
I'm a grown up.
I'm grown up. Like, yeah, I ain't bringing this shit to California. I'm starting a new life. I don't need you guys. There you go. Can you tone it down just a little bit? Take it down a notch too. Bring it down a little bit more. So I literally just like grabbed this giant box and walked to the dumpster at the end of like our like little housing unit and just pushed this giant box of toys. So
Oh my god.
all of my old Transformers,
Oh.
all my old GI Joe, all of my
Muscle.
there was probably a muscle or two in there. My NES that I bought with my own money for my first job, all my NES games, and just fucking upended this. It was probably like a 3x3 foot square box, and just
How many games did you guess?
I mean, I didn't have a crazy amount, maybe 20 games.
Oh, that's significant.
But like, yeah, it was like that moment of just like upending this giant box into the dumpster and just fucking walking away from it. So that was sad. I mean, it's one of those moments where it's like, I would like to go back to that moment and not tell myself not to throw it away, because like, how do you do that? I can't change history.
Yeah.
But I would.
You gotta
love
go
it-
88 miles per hour.
Right. But
Yeah.
I would love to spend
Neil-
like an afternoon and like just sit in the ground and just take the shit out of that box and look at it and realize it's got to go back in the
Look
dumpster.
at
But
it.
just, I don't even remember all the stuff that I threw away, but it was one of those sort of like angry teenage angsty moments of just being like, fuck the past, I'm done with this shit, you know. And
Right.
I want to
moving
talk
on.
to Samson.
That reminds me of our favorite movie, Scrooge, where
God,
Scrooge-
good.
now Scrooge, the Albert Finney one.
The Albert Finney one, yeah.
Where when the girl says, "Oh, you know, my weight in gold isn't worth anything. You know, all I have is my love," and then she like walks out on him, and then the Albert Finney that's visiting is like, "You fool! What are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't look at her, you idiot!"
But actually, he sings in that moment like one of my favorite like little miniature little songs, little solos in the whole movie. And it's that you were so good to me.
Oh, it makes me like
It's a
shed
total
a
like
tear almost.
yeah.
Yeah,
You were my only love. I mean, it just fucking hits me in the throat like a punch.
right. That's what it totally reminds me of. If you throwing out your toys and you can go back and visit. Stop, you fool!
Yeah, the shadow. It's like you can't change.
Whose shitty question is this, anyways?
I know.
Right? Yeah, I know.
It's not really designed. It's not really designed for
Darn.
happiness.
No.
No, but it is interesting.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Mock lives in a dark place.
Yeah, that's me. Darkness.
He
Darkness,
doesn't even think of
Freddie.
it.
Darkness.
Yeah,
With the Devo hat.
Under that
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah.
yeah. With animated pumpkins.
Another chronic. I'll be right back.
All right, Leo.
Stop yelling, because that's how I talk.
Leo's been quiet, so he's next.
Oh,
Cool.
he's dead.
Tell us a happy story.
Tilt your
yeah,
camera
no.
down too. You got a lot of headspace. There you go.
That's
We
what she
wanna
said.
see
Little
that
lower.
chest.
Little lower.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually the thing that I remember, like, my parents were good that they kept all like the Transformers and GI Joes and He-Man that I had as a kid.
That you
So
bought last year.
but there was this a cartoon I liked as a kid. It's called Visionaries. It might be too.
Oh,
I remember that.
Shit, I totally remember that.
Andrew's about to fall off his chair.
Right? That was a big reaction when I got my iRobot.
Whoa!
What episode was that? Let's go back.
Yeah.
Visionaries. No, that's
It
hilarious.
was in the first 50, I'd say.
They had the great opening track to it, and they had like there was a toy line that went along with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And they had like the chests with the hologram things on
Holograms,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, and they had like
Oh.
They had a staff that had a
staff.
weapon. Yep.
which I'm-
That,
yeah.
You could
that
cast
was
a
fucking
scale that
badass.
played that. Yes.
You just
I
took me
had
back 30 years, dude. Thank you.
no problem.
Andrew's now 11 years old.
I had all the figures with the helmets and the staffs and the weapons. So they had a staff that
Yeah.
if you said a spell it would do it, and they had a weapon. I had that. I even had the the first person rider where they had a thing where it would like lift up and you could shoot fireballs out of it. And I think my mom just said one day, "You have so much shit up in the attic, like something's gonna go." And like it lasted for one season, and I think there was 13 episodes because I actually bought the DVD set a couple of years ago.
Is that still available?
I have it here if you want to borrow that. So
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Have you seen one of those figures nowadays? How like the hologram doesn't work anymore? Like
So,
it's like
Showtime synergy.
Talk amongst yourselves for 1 second, if you don't mind. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right.
Carrot Top. Carrot Top, prop comic. He's coming.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt because I know that's like fucking rude. But like Jesus Christ, that's a big deal. I love that show.
Did you have any of those toys, Andrew?
No, I remember the toys, but I just never had them.
So I actually still have the one.
Oh my God!
Because the
Oh, wow.
lead guy was named Leo Ray.
Oh, look at
which-
that stash!
Oh my
I love it.
goodness. Oh,
He's got the porn star stash.
He does.
Leo,
Like
that's
a porn
Johnny
star
Hard
stash.
on.
Oh, the hologram totally works.
Yeah, the hologram's still going.
with a
Oh my
lion,
God, look
with
at
a
that.
lion on it, and
Lion
since he was Leo Rick, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's close to Leo, and it's a lion, which
You need to grow a mustache for Sneak Fest.
I'd be a porn star.
And outfit with the big old shoulder things on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put a rope around that guy and wear it like a necklace at Sneak Fest.
So yeah, this was. I wish I had kept all like the figures because they're not terribly expensive now, but they're hard to kind of find because the toys did not sell well at all.
Yeah, it was really
And
fun.
like, yeah, and it's hard to like find a complete like weapon, staff, helmet, and like everything. So yeah, I wish I had kept on to those. So see, I cheered people up. See, asking
Yes,
you shall
you did.
fucking receive,
Hey.
people.
Hey, Mark, I'm drinking vodka tonight.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, we forgot to
yeah.
say what we're drinking after we say what
Oh,
we're
I made a run to Treehouse today. I'm drinking a Treehouse Old Man, so that's what I got in here.
in the Mega Man cup.
Absolutely, absolutely, the Mega Buster Cup.
Mega Buster cup.
Absolutely.
You have to charge it before you drink it.
No, thankfully no, because I drank out of it a lot.
He just shoots it straight up his ass. It's fine.
Exactly. Hey, I told you that in secret. Damn it.
Oh, are we doing?
Leo is hip.
Wait, are we doing beach enemas this year?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Jesus, like we have these off-air discussions
Andrew,
for a
we can
goddamn
we
reason.
can make my helmet work with that
Oh.
somehow.
We're doing treehouse
From my head to my
colonics.
ass.
You're right.
Yeah, right in there.
Science, it's amazing.
I never saw.
Yeah.
There'll be a Bill Nye
Your
experiment.
ass smells extra hoppy tonight.
Why is your butt foaming? Rabbit ass.
Hey,
Just wait till
foamy
tomorrow.
ass.
Yeah.
I have 100 mouthpieces for my breathalyzer, so we're good.
Oh.
Are you gonna put your breathalyzer on someone's ass?
Inhale.
Hey, we got some people in chat talking about some toys like Battle Beast.
Who the fuck cares?
Battle
Mask.
yes.
Battle Beast.
I remember those. Yep.
Dude,
Earth
Hey, Andrew, was
Fire.
mask toys in that box?
Yep.
Dude, you
It's-
just blew a
it's not-
2.8. Yeah, I actually had a lot of mask toys. I'm sure they were in that box. They were in one of those two boxes.
Yeah, one of them, yeah. I
Do you have the
blew them, yeah.
helicopter that was a motorcycle?
I had the helicopter, the green one. Yep. I
Yeah,
had the
that's the one I
helicopter that was
had.
a motorcycle. I had the Thunderbird, I think it was, with the pop-up doors, the gull wing doors,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and extended.
You got asteroids?
Blue. And then I had like a.
Nah, but my dad does.
It was like a four-wheel drive, like a tube chassis buggy kind of thing. That the things popped out and they were wings.
Their wings. Yeah.
And the wheels became like propellers on the wings.
Oh, like
Oh.
helicopter Jesus.
Kind
Yep.
of.
Except sideways. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Mask. I totally had Mask toys. That was a great cartoon too.
Yeah. Battle Beast. I remember that was the Earth beats fire,
I
Earth
thought
beats
it said
water, water or wood, water, fire, and water. Right? Water,
MASH
fire,
action
wood.
figures.
Water, fire, wood. Yeah, and they all beat.
Why didn't they have MASH action figures?
Because who the fuck wants Alan Alda as a fucking
I think they did have them.
That's what I thought you were talking about. I had MASH action figures, and I saw the chat. I'm like, oh, Mask.
I think MASH did.
Damn it, I accidentally closed the IRC.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I've got a Klingon.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's Star Trek.
I have terms of endearment figures.
There they are.
My God.
There you go. Posable mask.
Oh, they really did have them.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Wait, I gotta cue it up now.
Wait, which guy was the crossdresser dude? I can't remember now.
J. Edgar Hoover?
Oh,
no, that was the guard.
Klinger. Is this guy right here?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Did he come with stockings?
Wasn't that all like an act to try to get out of the army or something like that?
Actually, that's actually pretty amazing.
Keep it under 10 seconds.
Hey, Gak.
That's actually.
Is this what you're looking for right
Yeah,
now?
there we go.
Oh.
That's probably like $1,000 on eBay.
Someone hand painted it.
That's a mashup or a fake toy.
A mashup. Oh, get it.
It's a real toy.
It's like the Luke's parents that are all like fried in a
yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah, the Uncle Owen.
Uncle Owen.
They're just like skeletons.
Fried chicken skeletons things.
It's totally a real toy.
I love that.
The pink one worth
It's totally a real toy.
$1 million.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Wow.
That is a severe behavior
Actually,
disorder.
that's super topical right now with the Korea stuff going on. So there you go.
Topical.
You can even
or
buy them.
tropical?
Wow, look at us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
No.
Relevant and shit.
being.
I
political.
need a news musical segment soundbite, like where you pass it out to them.
Yeah, the sound of the
Like a typewriter sound, and yeah. Today's news.
Because I don't have enough soundbite. No, in case you guys.
Well, once in a while I have a news story, so that might work.
That was like when Mock's like, you don't have enough sound bites. Here's 300 more.
Yeah.
Well, gotta give you some choices.
Being
Where's
too
Seabart?
repetitive, Jim.
Where's Seabart?
That was my,
He's in the
my
chat.
nod to him. Yeah.
You know what? One I miss you don't play hardly anymore is the Stop It. Stop it.
Oh.
Stop it.
Well, there are certain people that are no longer on this show.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't play Mr. Herman
Bad.
anymore either.
Which one?
Mr. Herman.
Paging Mr. Herman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
said
that's
all-
well, we need to get Brian on here, Dave. We need to get Brian on here.
Yeah.
Actually, we need Steve on here. I did PM him on Clav, and he said he's going to try to get on here tonight. Steve Barbie from Grinkers.
We have slots of
Mr. Herman.
Is Grinkers going to be ready by the expansion by the time we get there?
That's the plan.
I saw a
every time we
Instagram-
talk about expansion, Dave.
I saw an Instagram post that said they're actually open. The expansion is open. It's probably not
it was
100% finished, but
It was
It's
open when I
open
was
like
there.
a pair of sexy thighs.
Oh,
It was open
what?
when I was there a couple weeks ago.
so there was it all completely filled with games and all playable, or was it?
Oh,
kinda
it was
like
filled, all
Wait.
right. The expansion was filled.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
the front area up to where, let's say, where the bathrooms are going to be, it was all filled with games. They had like a really nice Twilight Zone running, and all the games were like 3 feet away from the wall, so they could finish the drywall off, I think.
Okay.
And then behind, so basically the area where the wall that was there before, they basically it's just pushed out, and they have games that are in the kind of same area. And then behind where the bathrooms are being built out, that area wasn't done, but there was about 20 or so games sitting back there.
Okay.
Not on, you couldn't access them or anything, but they were sitting back there, I guess, waiting for the bathroom build out to be finished.
Now, Brad, is this they expanded to the left? Like if you're outside, they took the storefront to the left.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was that the Lego store or no?
No, there's a
The shoe
shoe
shop.
store.
It was a shoe store that's gone.
Yeah, the Lego store has moved though. It's kind of down near the end of that side now, but it was a shoe store.
Well, isn't there a restaurant in the far left side of that?
Yeah, there's like a.
Has anyone ever eaten there?
There's
No,
it's like a Chinese food place or something
Chinese
like
or
that.
Thai or Japanese or something. Yeah.
Has anyone ever eaten there?
I may have looked at the marquee as I was eating my cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Right.
As I'm walking by.
You refer to the sign as a marquee. I love that.
Yes.
Last year was actually the first time I went to a different restaurant in the parking lot. It was like an Italian place, like kind of to the right in the far edge of the parking lot. But man, I was still working a hangover. I couldn't even eat half of my dinner. I was just like, oh, I can't do it.
I ate that pizza place, that pizza and rib place that's behind it when I got there early that first day.
Okay.
I forgot the name of it. It was actually quite good. Good pizza, yeah.
Nice.
Steve from Gringo's actually there too, getting a pizza. He's like, oh, this is a good place to get it from. So I'm like, oh, it's good to know. But yeah,
the name of the restaurant is Rice Contemporary Asian Cuisine.
There you go. So has no one ever? Should we make a pledge to eat there this year?
Right.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Should we make a pledge before Steve takes it over as his arcade to eat there?
Yeah.
Did anyone buy a pair of shoes?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a Lego
Yeah.
minifig though.
I bought a tea from the Starbucks that was there at the opposite end.
Starbucks is gone though now, right?
Is it?
Yeah, it's some other independent coffee shop.
So, Jimbo or Mock, maybe you know the answer to this. In the YouTube chat, Geach55 asks, what's the actual name of the MASH theme song? Do you guys know?
Oh, I do.
If I know.
Yeah.
Carrie knows it.
I know.
Right.
I know it. I know it.
Something is suicidal.
Stop.
Oh, I thought it was.
Carrie said
that.
she knew it first.
Please,
Oh,
stop
sorry.
it.
Well, yeah. I thought it was just a poll to see who knew it, but
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Am I close?
I can
I
spit it
have no
out.
clue. No, turn it off. Turn it off.
Should we put it in the chat?
Oh yeah, there we go.
IRC or
Necros
in the,
is. Oh yeah,
It's in the
we got
YouTube
some
chat
folks
or
putting
Geach
it in the.
See, I was close. I was close. I said suicide, then you said
Yeah.
stop.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought we were doing like a group thing. Sorry. I didn't
Oh,
realize it was focused on a single person.
well, it was focused on Gemini.
Yeah, and I will say I'm sorry, Mock.
That's all right.
I was typing actually, and so you asked if anybody had eaten at that Chinese restaurant over by Grinkers. Was that the question? Yes, I have. It was fun.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine.
Right.
didn't blow your socks off.
No, it didn't blow my socks off, but it didn't suck.
It wasn't Wyoming food.
No, it was not, and I think it was better than
Dissolving cups.
Yeah.
All right, I don't see the answer. What's the answer to the song?
It's in our chat.
Oh, in our chat. Okay.
It's in the other chat too.
Yeah,
Steve already answered it.
Yeah. I mean,
Some
we
other
can
people
say
did.
it out loud, right?
Yeah.
And just to make you all jealous, when I was at Grinkers a couple weeks ago, I did have a sandwich while I was there.
I love those. Sandwiches are awesome. They are awesome. I'm like dreaming of them.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm gonna put some in my pocket and take them home. Have them later on the plane.
Are we gonna try to create our own sandwiches this year?
Brad, thanks for that link to the.
Oh, no worries.
I just pulled it out. I've got it in my palette now.
By the way, who's staying an extra day? Like, you guys, some of you guys are leaving Monday, right?
Monday, yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Keith.
Monday.
Keith and I might
That's what
stay
the
another
sale
day.
is.
That's right.
The car lot Monday.
Yeah.
We always leave Monday.
That way we can recover. Because always that Saturday night is like a rager.
Yeah, right.
We do this for another 3 years. I'm going to be there for a full fucking week because I'm there Wednesday to Monday this year.
I was talking to Keith about leaving like on a Monday instead this time instead of Sunday.
Thanks for counting on your hand.
No,
Andrew.
good
I
choice.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Cool.
but yeah,
Man.
Jim and I
Big
both
job.
have our flights booked, and
I'm hoping I can
Big-
actually
big-
go because that might be
big
when I'm
water
opening.
bottle.
yeah, that's gonna be tough timing for you guys.
Yeah, so we got the hotel and everything. It's all booked, but yeah, the
Brad,
timing
I
is kind
can't
of the
believe
worst
your
timing.
arcade is so close.
My what?
Your arcade,
opening?
dude. Dude, it's
Opening?
so close. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
This has been going on forever. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I have. They're not final, but they're like pretty much the ones I'm going to get tomorrow are final. But I can show you plans tomorrow or next week, maybe.
I want blueprints. I want a hot dog. I want a cheese. I want a hamburger. You got nothing like it.
Nothing.
I've also built it in SketchUp as well. So, but we just added another bathroom today to
trough
double our occupancy.
So you designed it to specs that are like reasonable and like other people.
Oh
yeah.
Instead of making it Chuck E. Cheese size.
Yeah, we can. Sorry, we can dish up.
It's not Chuck E. Cheese size.
I need another drink.
Brad, how many games are you gonna have? Do you have any idea, or approximately between like this many to this many?
To start with, I'm hoping to have somewhere between like 60 and 85.
Well, that's a lot. Wow,
pretty
good
good.
for you.
Yeah, there'll be. I have a friend that was trying to open up a pinball place in another city, and he was kind of going through the same shit as I was. So we struck a deal. So I'm gonna have all my are gonna be vids, and then I've worked a deal with him. He's gonna put his pinballs in my space, and then when he finally opens one in another town, we're gonna reverse. He'll have all pins, and then I'll put some of my video games in his space. So it's going to be, they're not going to be my pins. They'll be somebody else's pins. But this guy I know has like 80 pins. So
wow.
Yeah.
Josh O.D. Brown asks if you're going to have gender neutral bathrooms.
Right?
Is it wheelchair accessible?
Well, we have to have wheelchair accessible by law.
Yeah.
Here. And they were going to be 2 unisex bathrooms, but I've added a third, so there will probably be a men's and a woman's, and then a unisex accessible. It's probably what it's going to turn out to be.
Whatever the fuck you feel like it, yeah.
Have you seen the new unisex signs where it shows like a man like silhouette, but half of them has a dress? Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
So it looks exactly the same, but there's a little triangle on that one half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we will have we will have a kitchen as well, and
poutine.
Ribs?
Yes, poutine.
Oh,
I wish I could do ribs there.
You're gonna have caramelized ribs.
You're gonna have poutine, maple syrup shots.
I spilled my poutine all over the tapper.
Exactly.
And we will probably after 6 months have alcohol as well.
oh.
Nice.
And that's about the time that we'll be
I was
around.
about to say that, so we know when to time our visit.
Yeah, we're planning not probably the license we'll get. We don't have like in a lot of states in the U.S. they have you get a beer and wine license and then a separate hard alcohol license.
Correct.
Here it's not. Here you just you get a license or you don't. So the ways ours are tied in is either your liquor primary or your food primary, which means either you're a bar that has to serve food or you're a restaurant that serves alcohol. It's kind of weird. So we'd be a liquor primary. So I could have full hard liquor if I wanted to, but I don't think I think we're just gonna do beer and wine. I don't want to have to hire like a full on bartender that mixes drinks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, maybe one day, but
Or you just have a limited thing like only beer, like Steve does.
that's what we're doing. We're gonna do just beer and wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something simple. Boxed wine and
Yeah, and it's ridiculous because
Coors Light.
like in Oregon to get a beer and wine license, it's like, I don't know, $75 a year or something like that to get a beer and wine liquor license. Here, my liquor license will be $4,000 a year.
Mm.
And that's just for the liquor license. Then we actually have to buy all our booze from the government. And you're only allowed to sell it for a minimum of so much and a maximum of so much. You can only make so much profit on shit. And you can't have like...
Interesting.
I bet you don't make shit on beer. I bet you make nothing.
You make nothing. Yeah, that's why we were at one point we were like not even going to consider it because.
Yeah, I remember when I worked at a liquor store, we made absolutely nothing on beer, like nothing. The only thing that you made money on was the hard stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just getting more people in the door if they want to have a beer or a glass of wine after work and play some games. That's
like those kids, under 17.
Yeah. They'll all be smoking weed before they walk in the door, so that doesn't matter.
Bonus munchies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we will have the ultimate munchie food. I'm not going to give that away yet. What we're doing because I'm trying to keep it. But Yeah.
Buy 6 bags of Doritos, get 1 free.
Yeah, we'll have the space. We'll have the space. in less
Orange
than a month.
dust on all the control panels.
Yeah.
Keto fingers for everyone.
Yeah. Sorry.
We'll be in the space.
All,
in less
instead
than
of
a month.
everything yellowing from like cigarette smoke, it's all yellowing from that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's all
Stuff.
oranging.
Nice and greasy. Yeah, just dissolving everything. Buy all your artwork from cheap vendors,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially your CPOs.
So Baby Hands says to get a weed license.
Baby hands.
One day, once it's legal here.
That's
Baby,
something.
Baby hands. Is that Deadpool in chat we got here?
Oh, I love that
But-
movie.
For us, it won't make any difference
love that
because you're not allowed to smoke in buildings. You have to be 25 feet away from a building to smoke. So the weed,
I
love that
the weed will be the same here. You won't be able to
Okay.
smoke it inside.
Has everyone seen Deadpool 2 or anyone?
I have.
I haven't.
Yeah.
tried it.
Yeah.
I'll just
All
leave
right.
it at that.
Well,
So a
crickets.
mixture.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. It was okay. Yeah.
Not as good, but still funny.
See, I saw someone today, a guy I know, who said that was the perfect movie. It had everything that he wanted it to be in it.
The ending dragged way too long,
Yeah.
and it was too predictable.
Well, we'll talk offline, Jim.
All right,
Oh,
sir.
maybe I
People
should
have seen
make,
it.
I should just make a
liked
spoilers
it.
group in the
Yeah,
Slack.
I liked it except for a couple things. That's all.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
Yep.
So we'll wait till
It
It was
more
Who's
a
people
supposed
see
to
it.
ask
solid
the
B
question?
plus.
Who's supposed
Yeah,
to pass the question? Let's get the question done.
Who was the last one.
Chris, go.
All right. Well,
Party on, Wayne.
I'm drinking a shred.
Hey, we didn't
session.
ask you what you're drinking. We asked you the question. Whatever that.
Well,
What
I'm
was the
sure this
question?
is
Well, that was part of it, though. You were.
shred session.
Shred it!
Did that are those included with the Metallica pin?
Yes, I think so.
You get a free case with every purchase.
So I can't really think of like a toy when I was younger, but like my teenage years, it was a BMX frame. It was
I'm
the red
so
line.
shocked.
It was the red line RL20-2. It was like my favorite frame I ever owned, and I'm sure I traded it for some other BMX frame. And I've looked into buying an old stock one or whatever, but they're so ridiculous.
Chris, you better not buy another bike, Chris.
Exactly.
I went to a police auction here a few years ago, and one of those came up in the police auction, and it went.
RL20-2.
Yep, and it went for $1,200.
Oh,
They're about $1,500 for the frame only now.
This was a whole bike for $1,200.
Yeah. They were about.
I couldn't believe it was
They
still
were
going.
about 250 new back in '85-ish, but now
A friend of mine had one new.
Unconceivable.
yeah.
He traded his factory Kuahara for one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably my oldest one I can remember, but the more recent one was probably 5 years ago, and it was Vectrex. So I got one of those. It was a local Craigslist buy, and the guy had a bunch of Atari console stuff that I was buying. Actually, it was maybe 10 years ago I bought it.
What are those fucking worth these days? Because they pop up on Craigslist right
I don't
here.
know. I think a lot though. They're probably
they're going upwards of $500 now.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've seen 2 pop up on Craigslist for 400.
Yeah.
I think when that system came out, it was like $200.
I
right?
missed out on one not too long ago for $100, and I'm kicking.
Well, I got
That's
one
what.
in
Is that's a 13-inch or 9-inch? What's
9-inch.
in those?
9-inch. Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite
Penis.
10.
Vertical screen.
So yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The guy had like 2 or 3 big plastic bins of like old console stuff, and it was just kind of like thrown in the pile. And I probably paid, I don't know, $150 for everything. And I was collecting the cartridges and stuff. And then once I made the shift to do an arcade instead of console, I just started selling stuff off. And I think I put like a 99-cent start bid on it on eBay. I'm like, oh, this will get bid up good, And it went for like $100 or something with like a bunch of cartridges. I'm like, oh, But I wasn't gonna, cheat out of that sale or whatever. But yeah, I wish I would have kept that one. That's probably
Holy
my last
fuck,
one.
there's 39 people in the IRC. That's gotta be a record.
There's more people in IRC than there are us watching our show.
That's a lot of fake bots.
Yeah.
Well, the YouTube watching is only people with YouTube accounts, right? That shows. Like a bunch of people can watch it and you don't know.
Don't try to upsell it, Gak. We're still
I know. Right?
There's only like 2 people that don't have an account.
You know, because the difference between us having 19 watchers and 39 watchers. Oh my gosh, it's like
I just
equates to millions of dollars.
Yeah. On our whatever.
Great! Look who joined.
So if I get a chance later, I want to show this. I found another bin of like old goodies.
Oh, sweet!
There's some. The rest of the Star Wars stuff, I believe, is in that bin right there.
Those colored VHS tapes that you were telling me about.
There you go. Right. Yeah. So the Star Wars characters and stuff in there. I have not opened it, so I was thinking like maybe later I'll rummage through it and we'll see what's in it. So.
Cool.
All right. So let me see.
We need more YouTube fuck fans.
Let's go. Jim, did you go yet? You didn't go yet.
No, I didn't go.
All right, you're next.
Fuck. I don't got hardly any because all right, I had a good childhood. My mom, my dad, they didn't throw out shit. So like
they still have the Atari that you played and all that?
Yep. It's still in the box. It's got price tags on it still. It was marked down. My dad used to work at JCPenney, so it was marked down. Sorry to go off in a tangent, but it was marked down from $150, $75. He got it for $50.
Nice.
And I've still got. I picked up 2 joysticks from Radio Shack because the originals didn't work, and they were doing a closeout thing. So I got working joysticks. I've got like 30 or 40 games. I've still got like everything I can think of. I still have, except for I don't know if when I was very little, like 5 years old, maybe 4 or 5, I can remember having a remote control tank, but it was a corded remote control. You could drive this little tank around and shoot. It would shoot this little tiny. It was almost like a little dart. And I don't know if I still have that, but I love that thing. And then I had a little tiny box, like a white box of a bunch of football cards. Now, I collected baseball cards, but my uncle collected football cards, and he gave me all these old, like from the 60s football cards. And I remember when I was just getting old enough, like 10, 11 years old, where Beckett's were a big thing, price guides. And I remember there were some Joe Montanas in there. There were some big, like, granted, these weren't in cases, but I remember paging through it and be like, oh, wow, I had all these cards. And then I couldn't find that box of cards. And my mom swears to this day that I left them at one of my friend's house and they never gave them back to me. They just claimed that they never had them. I don't know where that box of football cards ever ended up. But as far as toys go that I really valued, everything that I can think of is still in my parents' storage or utility room that they call it. It's under the steps. The big one being my dad's slot car. We talked about slot cars. He had that before I was born, and that thing, I mean, those cars got hot because of all the electricity and running those things around, but that was the shit. There was also when I was a little kid, I got another race car track that was all kind of, I don't know if you'd call it self-propelled, but there were 2 stations on either end. You would put these they were like Matchbox cars on there. Maybe you guys can help me out here. But you would send them down the track, and as they would hit a little trigger, and this thing on the end would shoot them. It would launch them, and they would keep traveling around, and then the other one would hit it and would launch it. It was, I don't know if it was spring loaded or what, but it didn't require batteries. It was like it would hit this. It would like it hit this little like trigger. This big black thing with a big arm on it. And they would.
That needs to be a clip right there.
a
big black
thing with an arm on it.
Was it a baby arm?
Yeah, was it bigger than a baby's arm?
Yeah,
it was about the size of a baby's arm, Mr. Slater. But but there were 2 of them, and there was no batteries. There was no electricity. This thing would just keep launching the car around. It was awesome. One of them broke though, and but I think that whole set is still at my parents' house. That's a long-winded way of me saying that my parents held on to everything.
I love that story.
Yeah.
I can't think of one fucking thing that
Your parents ruined this question for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah.
There used to be for the Hot Wheels, there was like a thing that would go over the tracks that had two like foam discs inside of it, but this was battery powered.
Then they would spin.
Okay.
And they would spin, and so the cars would go through.
Yeah,
those,
I don't remember this ever
the cars.
requiring batteries. I don't remember it requiring batteries, but I'm gonna have to do some Google search because I haven't thought about this in decades. At least one because I'm only 14. But
I'm looking it up on eBay. I don't see an arm launcher one.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know. I'm pretty darn sure my parents still have it because like when I was in my early teens, when I first started having like money, not just allowance money, but like doing jobs and whatever. I was still buying those track kits. Whether or not it was it wasn't slot cars anymore, but it was to that liking. I thought that stuff was a lot of fun, so I was still buying that stuff. That was my big thing. That and Estes model rockets.
Oh boy,
I still have all that stuff. I was doing that all the way through college, even building my own, getting licenses for the E and F engines because you had to be 18 or older. We set a lot of shit on fire. But me and my buddy Scott, Carrie, you've met Scott. We would build our own like model rockets and fucking getting those catalogs in the mail and looking through that stuff was just like it was like porn to hobbyists because it's like, oh my god, you can get this model rocket. It's got a camera in it, a disposable camera. You can take pictures. You can you can put this or that in a rocket. You can build this. It's 6 feet tall. That stuff I was big into model rockets, and I still have all that stuff. It's all at my parents. I don't know how they still store that shit.
Right.
We saw those at my parents' store, and it was funny because the guy I work with is 10 years younger than me, and he said I used to go to your parents' store to buy the wicks to attach to our M80s to make them last longer, so we could run and blow shit up.
It's crazy. Shit. You're teaching kids all about basically like what's the word
pyrotechnics.
Pyrotechnics. Thank you. Because you're buying basically the fuses, you're buying the igniters that go inside the engine, and then you realize that all you need are two terminals that go to basically a little. Yeah, basically, actually, the launcher was about this big, and it took like 2 or 3 maybe AA batteries. And you're
what
like,
are the batteries?
wow.
What do you need batteries for that?
It just closes the circuit and adds just enough heat to ignite it.
It's basically it's like a really long lighter.
Most of the charge from the batteries was going to the ignition light. It's a little incandescent bulb to let you know that hey, this is ready to go. You turn a little key and then you hit a button and then I was just so awesome.
Did they ever have like special kits where you can like put a hamster and put it in the space?
Oh,
I'm not a hamster, but they would advertise for putting like a frog or something.
Oh, no.
Wow. I kid you not. I should pull that shit out.
You run up to it and look at it, and it's like turned to goo.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, the biggest rockets that I ever launched, they would go beyond eyesight, but they would have one of 3 ways of coming down. One would be a little parachute, the best. Hopefully, it's not a windy day because we lost a lot of them that way. Another would be a little. If they didn't go as high, it'd be a streamer. And then if you launched, I used to like going to the science museum because they always sold the they call them mosquitoes. They're only about this big, and there was no parachute, nothing. They wouldn't go very high, but they're little tiny things, and so you would almost lose them every time unless you're launching them in like the winter with snow on the ground. And they were only a few bucks. So, and they all took different sized little engines, and they're still out there. Like I love that stuff. It's so much fun. But yeah, we would start building our own. You could buy kits and stuff where you could buy the tubes, you could buy the fins, you could get as creative as you wanted. We tried making ones that would take multiple engines, that would have like 2 or 3 stages. Like if you get to the more complicated kits, they would have different stages. So you'd have 2 or 3 different engines in there, and one would break off, then the other would keep going. But yeah, things would catch on fire in the air. We lost plenty, like just because of the wind. But dude, that was a shit. It was so much fun. Anyways, I'm sorry for totally going off.
No, that was good.
Topic,
I like that.
I honestly, I don't have a good answer.
That was a good answer.
That was.
I will pass it off to my
Hey,
other.
before you pass it, everybody needs to click on Gleek's picture of the Wonder Twins with Gleek.
Oh,
it's
shit.
in the.
Oh gosh.
This one titled "Fake Tuna."
Yeah.
It's, oh geez.
God, dude.
So the one dude's form of
wow. Okay.
a tickler.
No, I that's what we call thunder thighs.
You know what? Zan couldn't form into a dildo though. He can only form into like liquids,
Water,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all water stuff.
Right, it's like an ice dildo.
Like someone spent like
Don't
hours
burn.
drawing that.
Yes, they did.
And coloring.
I know. Color. And posting on.
I'm going to pass it
DeviantArt.
off to my second the number 1 youngest, Seabart.
Okay, they're Mr. 2 years older than me.
Well, I gotta cash in on that one. Is it just 2?
I'm 31 end of next month, so.
Oh no, it's not just 2. I'll be 36 pretty soon.
Oh, geezer.
Yeah, I know. I'm dirty.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about buying a rocket because I had one. I put it in the IRC. That's the one I had when I was a kid.
Is it the Alpha kit?
Yeah, the
the
Hellcat.
Hellcat. Oh, okay. The one I got on my 6th birthday was I think it was the Alpha something kit. It's a really common one, but
Don't launch it in high winds.
That goes for all of them, dude. I remember angling the fucking pad into the I'm like, all right, this should be good.
Mm-hmm.
And nope.
How many times can you reuse one of those?
As long as you recover it as many as you want.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So they don't like wear out.
It's all cardboard, but you're just you're buying more of the engines.
The engines.
Yeah, the engines and the igniter caps.
Yep.
That's it.
Dude, it's so good. Like, we should do those
For
in San
$35,
Diego.
I'm considering buying it.
I love shooting off rockets. I had a friend that was really into it. I'd go over and do it with them. It was fun.
They used to scare me as a little tiny kid when I was like 5.
Yeah, you think you're never going to see it again. Yeah, it launches off and like it turns into a dot and disappears. And then it's gone.
I want to say mine was orange. Had an orange control box with like caution striping on it though.
It was such a basic thing. It's a big piece of plastic about like yay big with one big button and a little incandescent bulb and
a key switch that you literally, if you open it up, you put the key in and it just.
Yep. All it does is like, oh, it's on. Yeah. I remember looking through those catalogs though and being like, oh, you could get the elite one. You could get the launch pad one where it's like this big, huge thing with all these gizmos and stuff, even though you know that it doesn't do anything.
I don't need it.
No.
Did you ever see that horror movie called The Gate with Steven Dorff?
I do recall seeing that.
And then, like at the end, when the demon comes out, the devil, he uses a rocket and shoots it into its heart, kills it.
Nice.
But it's like a giant rocket, you know. The parents took it away from him because it was like too big, you know. But he gets it out from the closet and kills the demon with it at the end.
Ooh,
good horror movie, Jim. You should check that out. You'd like it.
1987. I just saw the post in IRC. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, check out the trailer. It's good.
There's a really good campy horror movie on Netflix I watched months and months ago that Carrie just recently watched called Beyond the Gates. And it is such a good cheesy horror movie. I fucking love it. It's about these two dudes that go to their family owned old video rental store, VHS tapes and stuff that their dad owned the business for, and they're closing it down. And their dad has disappeared. They don't know what happened to him, but the store is long. It's way overdue for them to close down. So they go there and they're reminiscing about tapes and stuff, and they come across one of these old VHS tape board games. I don't know if you guys ever played those, where you put a VHS tape in, and it plays different clips, and you're playing a board game. I had one for the Three Stooges, so that's how I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I played. They had two for Clue that I played. That
I love Clue.
The one was on a train, and one was I forget what the first one was. It was just like the original Cape or something like that too. Yeah, it was a Clue game where I like those things. So
you play along, and granted that the VHS tape is linear, but it was enough randomized that if you played it, you started and stopped it at the same time at a different time. Anyone could win or lose, if they were paying attention. But anyways, so this movie's kind of based around that, but this game is kind of possessed, if you will, and it's got some really campy practical effects, not so much CGI, which scores a lot of points for me, but it's so simplistic and so campy, but I fucking loved it. And it's on Netflix, it's on streaming, it's called Beyond the Gates. Check it out if you like that sort of thing. It's so much fun. I don't know what Carrie thought of it, but I thought it was a hoot.
Yeah, no, I told you I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And there's some information on it that was posted in the IRC. Yes, the board game holds a connection to their father's disappearance and deadly consequences for anyone who plays it. Bomb. Yeah, no, it's very fun.
It's a fun movie. Yeah. There's a few of those on there. There's one, although there's a lot of movies I've been watching, horror movies on Netflix, and I'm like, this is such a good movie, and then the ending is like a big letdown. Like,
I know, and that ruins the whole thing, right?
Yes.
I watched one called, have you guys watched any of there's like 3 or 4 of them on there called Cube?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Cube 1, Cube 2.
I've seen Cube. I've seen the first 2.
And those movies fucking piss me off because they're so good
all the way through, and then the
ending, it's like they ran out of ideas, and they're like, well, we can't think of an ending, so we're just gonna leave it open ended. It's like watching a movie where it's like, oh, the whole thing was a dream. You feel like it's such a cop out.
I remember having a creative writing teacher in high school who was like, if you end any of your stories with "and then they woke up," you're gonna get an F.
You're fired.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Good.
Okay, so the cube for people that don't know what the movie is, it's actually all the way through is interesting. It's
so
kind of like a Twilight Zone episode where there's like like eight people or something in a room.
Yep.
And then there's one door on each end of the cube, right?
It's like Saw. It's like Saw, but
you gotta.
So
each room has a trap, right? And you got to know what not to do so you don't get killed. So it could be like what door you open could activate the trap, or
no one knows what it is. Everyone's got a different background, and throughout the movie, they're trying to figure out what everyone's connection is, like why they're there, but then also they're trying to figure out what's the connection with all these traps. Like what is the equation to solving, like which room has a trap, which doesn't, because some rooms don't, and they're trying to just get out.
And the rooms are actually all changing too inside a giant cube, right? So like they have to try to figure.
But you don't want to spoil anything either.
Yeah, but the whole thing is them trying to figure out how to get out. So the whole movie, you're like, oh, this is all going to be explained at the end.
So Gleek is asking how is it spelled? Q. He's trying to look it up.
I think it's spelled cube.
Yeah, it's just there you go.
Yep, there he is.
Not the cube.
And there's like 3 or 4 of these, and I think they're all on Netflix.
The second one was really out there.
It's not Netflix exclusive though, right? Like it's a remake of an old movie,
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
right. But you can, it's on Netflix, but it's a released movie, to all the it's not Netflix exclusive. You're right. So there's that one, and then what was the one I just watched? where it's all these people that wake up on these like platforms. Fuck, what's the name of that? It's on Netflix as well. And they wake up on all these platforms, and
I've seen that too.
Like half the people are dying after, and then they move forward, and like
if you step off the platform, you die.
Yeah, and then it's like a randomizer that's choosing people to die, and then they figure out, oh shit, there's actually a formula to this, and we can vote for who dies next. God, it's a Circle or something like that.
I don't remember the name of it.
It's called like Circle or The Circle.
It's kind of a low budget movie.
Yeah, but that one I thought was actually pretty darn good.
Had a twist at the end.
Yes.
I don't remember the name of it though. I saw it on Netflix or something.
It's just called Circle. It's from
Circle?
2015. Yep. Just Circle.
I heard somebody talking about it on a podcast, so I checked it out.
Yeah. It was again, it's like Cube, where it's like, although the ending I thought was better than Cube to that one. I thought it was a little bit smarter. Like I thought Cube had more potential than Circle. All these one letter or one word titles. Circle,
Cube, Circle.
I'm waiting for. I think Square is going to be a real winner.
Yeah. Saw.
Although Saw was good, the first one was really good. Have you heard that they're bringing Saw back?
The whole journey of the gate, as far as like, it's all practical effects, and they did a really good job of doing the little demons in the movie. So check out the gate. It's an old. I'm surprised Andrew hasn't seen that one. That's up there. Classic 80s.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know that one.
I know I've seen it, but it's been forever.
Yeah.
Probably 20 years ago.
Stephen Dorff's like 12 years old or something in it.
Sorry to I don't know if I derailed this or what, but who hasn't answered the question?
Buffett.
So and me.
Carrie.
Did Seabart finish it?
Finish.
You guys started talking about rockets, and then
Finish the game.
No! I might have a rocket in here to show off later.
How about a rocket in your pocket?
I thought it was your pants. Yeah.
Just happy to see you.
Aww.
So no, being the youngest here, I didn't have any of the good toys. I had a Stretch Armstrong, but the cornstarch came out of it.
Oh, dude, ripping the armpits.
Yeah. That's where they all went, was right there.
It was always the armpits.
Or in the leg.
Oh, is that where it would rip?
Yeah. Stretch
his arms went on for miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forever.
We have the new one.
And it was. I never knew there was cornstarch in there.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a syrup.
Flour.
Okay.
Yeah.
A non-Newtonian fluid. Don't ask me to say that in about 3 more.
I poked a hole in mine.
Or whatever it is.
Well, you wouldn't have had to do that for very long. It definitely.
No, I threw it away after that.
Also, this like white spoo comes out of their armpit.
Mine wasn't white. Mine looked like pancake syrup. It was dark.
I remember being white. Yeah. It's been a long time.
Wait, what are
I
we
was really
talking
curious what was inside that. All right, so who's next?
Chris.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Chris, did you go?
Did you finish?
Sorry, I interrupted you. Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, I know you keep starting, and then it's like
go.
Crazy Bones. Anybody remember those?
Yes.
What was it?
Crazy Bones.
What's that?
Iggy,
I did
Slammers.
that last
It's
weekend.
kind of like a 90s version of Pogs.
Oh, Pogs.
Pogs.
It's the same thing as Pogs?
Dude, Pogs
Close
was like,
enough to it.
yeah, wasn't that was like crazy? That was like the first Beanie Babies.
I was such into that fad.
They were
I have
so
Beanie
popular.
Babies, so don't knock them.
No, I'm not knocking anything. I'm just saying like that was like
we played a lot of Poison.
where it was like
seventh
yeah,
grade.
it's like yeah, the Pogs, and it's like this is like a really expensive
Super
Pog.
Smasher.
This is a rare one.
Yeah, it's a rare one.
We're playing Poison.
Piece of
Let's put the
cardboard.
Poison Pog
Right,
and get them
yeah.
all.
Look, it has a hologram on it.
Oh yeah, the hologram box or the rainbow reflecting kind.
I got a lot of mine confiscated in junior high because they consider that gambling.
That was like Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail Kids. Wow.
Garbage Pail Kids cards are cool.
They still make those, don't they?
And they might.
Like one of the Collector Itis, I think, is like one of the YouTube channels. He's an arcade. I think he's an arcade guy, but he does like collector stuff, and he does Garbage Pail Kids. He opens up new packets all the time.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. So I think it's still going.
I love how disgustingly drawn those were, though.
There was, I think Sarah was saying earlier that like one of her missed toys was a Cabbage Patch Kid, and of course, Garbage Pail.
Oh,
yeah,
totally. Yeah, they look like those.
It was very 80s. You remember the runs in the stores for the Cabbage Patch Kids?
Oh yeah,
yeah. That was
they line up outside.
Like, that was like, the first Black Friday things where it was like people were like beating each other up.
What year was the Garbage Pail Kids? Because that had to be later. Like
that was late 80s.
Yeah, that was that was Clico.
That was mid 80s though, because like when it started, I think it was still going in the late 80s, but like mid 80s. When did Cabbage Patch come out?
It was near Christmas where like they didn't have enough supply, so like they would like a Kmart would get in a summer or Gemco or whatever, and they'd be like, just like Andrew said, they'd be waiting outside, and they'd open the doors, and everybody would trample each other getting in, and run to get to the stack of Cabbage Patch dolls, you know. So
they were all unique, and they had adoption papers.
Good push, Dave.
Did anyone here? All right, no kidding. The guys included because they had the guy Cabbage Patch. Did anyone here have a Cabbage Patch doll?
Yes, several of them.
I did not. No.
Or my buddy. My buddy.
No, I have a
or the girl version, which is Kid Sister.
Kid Sister.
Yep. It was the same song.
That was My Buddy. My Buddy.
Wherever I go, we go.
I know.
My
Steve,
buddy.
Steve took it over to the My Buddy thing.
My buddy. My buddy and me. And that's the inspiration for Child's Play.
And they would always be back to back. They would always play them back to back.
Yep.
Yeah.
My buddy,
Kid Sister. Kid Sister.
Yeah.
I smacked like my real sister.
Cabbage Patch for your uncle.
It was one that got a nice 60-second spot instead of 30.
Well, no, sort of. It was like they would do the 15-second spots. It would be like a 30-second spot. They would break them into 15 seconds.
It'd always be some kid on a little fucking Hot Wheels tricycle thing in the backyard.
With them on the back. Yeah, there was the big wheels with a on the back. Yeah.
They cut it right after the part where he's like riding his big wheel away from the bullies. Oh,
it's like the fucking kid from Neverending Story.
Yeah. well, when they chop it down to 15 seconds, they can't tell a fucking story. It's just
I love that.
Cry, baby, cry,
cry, baby. You gonna cry, baby?
Yeah,
baby.
Scott Farkas.
What a name.
He had yellow eyes. I kid you not, yellow eyes. I just posted my big 41 million point score in the thread because someone bumped it on Cloud. It's there. All 3 hours and 26 minutes.
Sorry, Kubo, Craig.
Yeah, have fun watching that one. It's a bore fest. Spoilers.
So I missed most of last week's show, or I think it was 2 weeks ago. We were discussing what we've sent away from cereal boxes.
Yep, that was last week.
Dildo?
What do you got?
Lucky Charm.
No, you don't get to answer.
Talk.
Oh, wow.
Oh. No, we want to hear this. And what have you done to that thing?
Raped it.
No.
Is
it's
it all
been in the closet for the past
I've never seen a Lucky Charm. My kids had Lucky Charms today before school. I'm not kidding.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, yeah, I don't know how many box tops it took, but for some reason my brother always just had the cereal. He never got any of the marshmallows.
Imagine
I still don't know how it happened. It must have been a defective batch.
Yeah, over and over.
That's what she said.
Poor quality control by whatever cereal brand that is.
Hey, Dave, you ready for some poker next weekend, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's on.
It is, absolutely. I can't. I know. It's
I
a week away.
I liked how you asked what are the stakes, and I'm like 500 to 1,000. I'm like, no,
I'm like, put me in twice. No, dude, I haven't played poker in a long time.
Oh, dude,
even better.
It's a good format. It only lasts a couple hours. $20. I'll bring the
rounders.
I'll bring the laminated sheets.
Do you cap? How many? Do you cap the tables at like 6 or 7, or do you like?
No, we could do 10. It doesn't matter.
10.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how much room we have, but it's real structured, and I have the pre-printed laminated sheets. I remember Jacobs is like, he goes, "What's this shit? What laminated cards?"
Yeah. Fucking John was hilarious because he you came up to me and you're like, "Are you playing?" I'm like, "No, I'm playing eyes, dude. I'd like to play, but whatever." John's like right there. John leaves. He comes back in like 15 minutes and he's like, "I'm out."
$20.
No, but he played last year.
Every round.
I'm pretty sure I took him out pretty quick a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Last year he liked it a little better. He liked it when Leo was dealing because he didn't have to think about. He goes, "Wow, this changes the whole game because, if you're not used to playing." He goes, "Oh, I get it now," and he liked it better last year than he did the first year we did it because everybody was.
There was always someone dealing and like, "Hey, it's your deal the cut." Like you kind of like people would not know what's going on and be like. Yeah, once you deal the card, like,
You had a dedicated dealer, is what you're.
Yes.
Yeah, because Leo was. Were you not playing, or did you get knocked out and they just decided to deal? I can't remember that.
After the whole token fiasco, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to.
Oh yes. Well, we were trying to explain to one member. He didn't understand. He goes, "Well, I have tokens." Well, you don't understand. We're just using the tokens as chips. It's not. You have to.
But I gave a lot of tokens, man. Like,
you still have to put
he's like Brian gave him the shit that he got at like Fun Spot or what?
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't add more tokens to the table.
No, he didn't get. No, the tokens are just chips. We're using them as chips. It still costs.
He's like, "I'm gonna buy in for 4 more tokens."
Yeah.
Oh,
but why do I have to throw in cash? I gave in all these tokens.
That's $100,
like
dude.
money. Yeah, like no, the tokens aren't fucking worth anything. It's the cat. Oh, if that was a half an hour conversation,
Yes, it took forever.
No.
Was that the guy we fed his first beer to on the beach?
No, it was a guy that.
No, this was last year.
Yeah, he wasn't there years before. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
He was there at Crinkers. He was there at Crinkers. Yeah.
Did Gleek play poker a couple of years back? He's talking.
No, a couple of years back it was David Stearns, Gak, myself, John Jacobson, Leo. Was that it?
Dave was Super Stearns there?
Five or six of you.
Yeah.
Super Stearns was there. I don't think he was there last year. He was there the year before.
2 years ago, I think.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, five or six. That's the perfect number.
I tried to play 2 years ago. I
year.
watched, but I couldn't play because I wasn't drinking. You guys thought I was going to rip you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have.
Like Warlords.
They were so right.
Exactly. Well, since we're on that stuff.
Yeah, that 2 years ago, that's when I lost that 100. And then it was on the bed.
Oh, that's right.
It was that whole fiasco, and I'm like, I know it. And then
what?
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then Gak put
He
it in
thought
a jar
someone
and peed
stole
on
it. He thought someone stole it from him.
Yes. And
I just paid out of my own pocket for another 100. And then Leo and I, we were sharing a room. He's like, "Dave, what's that?" And I'm like, "Fucking A." And then I still didn't believe it because I thought Leo, always has the halo on. I go, "Dude, did you throw that fucking 100 there? You better tell me, like, because I don't want you giving." He goes, No, I did not. Leo, is that still true? Saint Leo?
You'll never know.
Is he frozen?
Yeah, he's frozen.
He's frozen.
Oh, very
frozen with the halo.
Yeah, he's faking it. Faker.
I still think he threw it out of bed. And I'm like, whatever. But no, he's like, "Dave, what the?" Because I did go.
Knowing is half the battle.
I think I did go in the room to like do stuff, and I'm like, I know there was a $100 bill, so I'm like, well, yeah, here's 420 or 520s out of my wallet. I'm like, fuck, where was that 100?
Yeah.
So you guys are like 10 days away from this, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Dang.
Speaking of which, Leo,
Yeah,
who's that list?
I fucking can't.
Leo's frozen.
I know.
Leo, don't hear us.
Trying to.
We can only talk to the image. Oh, I bet he's. Yeah, he'll rejoin.
Log back in.
Yep.
Has everybody gone so we can get to Carrie's?
Did Orange Whip go?
I haven't gone. No.
And Carrie.
And I haven't gone.
So everyone on the left
Carrie
side.
and Buffett.
So Carrie, Buffett, and Whip.
Yeah.
And then we got to talk Cobra Kai.
I know. Are we going to talk about that tonight? Or is it all right? Because like
Carrie just finished.
I haven't finished it yet. I got like 3 episodes.
All right, so
No, Mark, those are the best. Those are the best 3 episodes of the whole series.
Oh, really?
You are Mark. You are in for such a fucking treat.
Good.
Jim, I can't believe you
like
made
it,
that
though.
video. It was almost a fucking hour. I watched like 10 minutes. I watched like 10 minutes of your video, Jim. And I'm like fast forwarding. I'm like, man, this guy loved it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
49 minutes talking about Cobra Kai.
I don't want to watch Jim's video until I watch the thing.
Don't worry, you're not missing anything. You got to fast forward.
Dave.
I love his videos, but I was like, oh.
That first video was it was like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And I did the fan service video.
I haven't
was like
seen
50
the other
minutes.
I haven't seen
And then I just did one about season 2. And I kid you not, though, those videos are getting more views than
you've got a ton of feedback.
I got my first
comments and thumbs up on those things.
My Easter egg video got 35,000 views in like 4 days.
Jesus.
And like I just posted the season 2 one yesterday and it's at like 11,000 views already. Like I'm getting more subscribers and shit. Like I should just be talking about contemporary stuff than this arcade shit.
Yeah. Then he'll make enough money to buy a pizza.
There is no audience for arcade shit. God.
The thing is though, if like I was telling Carrie, and I'm like, if I really wanted to do this YouTube shit, all I would do would be talking about
Top 10
whatever
lists.
top 10 lists and stuff that's brand spanking new because everyone watches and subscribes to that shit and anything. If you look at my Cheyenne video.
It'd be like your Cube thing. You're like talking about Cube on this show. You'd be like, all right, here's like 4 new shows on Netflix. You can go watch these tonight. Let's talk about
check them out. Here's what I thought of. Yeah.
It'd be shit like that, and that shit would catch fire.
It's so weird. It's so strange because like I'm doing is talking from this microphone, and I'm throwing up. Granted, I'm throwing up images about what I'm talking about, but like, you know, I look at one person commented, and they're like, "What's the game right directly behind your head?" Because I had it like it was like cut off. I'm like, "Oh, that's Cheyenne."
Oh, that's awesome.
And I look at Cheyenne, and they're like, "Thanks." And I look at my Cheyenne video, and it's like it's peaking at 300 views. And this video that this person commented on is like 30,000. I'm like, God, it's so depressing because it's like I much more enjoy doing arcade videos than I do this, you know. But it's real easy to get in front of this and talk about, oh my God, Cobra Kai is so great. And what do you guys think? And then all of a sudden, boop, 300 comments and all this shit the next day. It's like, wow, I can understand.
Are popular, you know, because like you're talking about stuff that's like relevant at the time, you know, like you can talk about Deadpool
these guys that all they do, all they do is talk about movie reviews and shit. They have like 2-3 million subscribers, and it's like, I can understand why, but like really.
But then you'll make a lot of money, and then you have FU money, and then you can say "fuck this job," and you can be sleep in every day.
You can buy all the Cheyennes that you want. Yeah.
So if Leo would have put out a video of him doing an impressive, in-depth, comprehensive review of Visionaries, he would get how many reviews?
15.
Like, how many comments?
2. You and Leo.
Exactly.
Well, to be fair,
Yeah, pretty much.
It would be a circle jerk too, which is like really kind of awkward. Really.
Well,
it's really just two guys
to be
jerking
fair,
off.
like to completely back up my point. I unsubscribed to Joe because all he's posting is vegan and beer reviews, and all I want to see is his arcade shit. and he doesn't do that anymore. I'm like, I don't give a shit about you, what you think about a beer. I don't give a shit about your vegan diet. Oh wait, why are these videos popping up in my
potatoes?
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Boil them, mash
Hey,
them,
I
boil
did
them.
text Chow yesterday, and he texted me back because my son wanted to play Paperboy in his room. So I set the laptop up with MAME, and he was playing it in his room, and I took a photo behind him playing Paperboy. And I'm like, I have to get a Paperboy because that's like Paperboy and Dragon's Lair are number 1 and 2 on my list. So if anyone has one out there, let's make a deal. Monty Hall right here.
Absolutely, Monty Hall style.
Dave, I would trade you my DK Jr. if we were closer for that.
Oh, for that Super Off-Road, yeah.
And
Yeah,
that would actually be a pretty fair trade if you ask me.
No, yeah, I'd be fine with that.
What do you guys think? DK Jr. for a Super Off-Road?
For three player?
Yeah. I'd say those are pretty damn close. If anything,
similar condition, yeah, I'd say that's pretty close.
Mm-hmm. Seems like there's a lot of them now.
Is it a plywood cabinet? Sorry.
Right.
Trying to remember. It's been in storage for so long. Yeah.
Well, Dave, I don't have Dragon's Lair for you, but Leo's going to be getting some Dragon Slayer.
Oh, no, but this is real beer. Dave won't like that. This is real beer.
Yeah, this is like and I didn't send you any beer. I sent you some side art.
Oh, I want that can.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Don't send beer.
Side art.
Right. You'll have some side art coming your way as well too.
All right.
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, can you save me that can? I just want that can.
Dave, you got a can. Dave, you got a can. Don't worry.
Leo will have 8 cans.
In
about 2 days.
Can.
Dave, you'll have a can. Don't worry.
You guys can drink the beer. I just want the can.
Yeah. No worries.
So I told Leo to give you the Hangout crew first shot at whatever they want. And then I got four cans I sent to Mock and Keith.
Yay!
So you guys should get those probably tomorrow.
Very much appreciated.
Yep, absolutely.
So actually, interesting you say that, and I know we still have more people to answer the question, but I have a real quick side thing just because we're talking about
Side boner.
Side boner, which is slightly to the right.
It depends what hand you whack off with. If it's never mind.
Are you ready?
Don't back off.
Funny. No. So price check for the group here. Dragon's Lair. Like what are these things going for nowadays?
So working and what can
$5,000.
Well, let's call it a fully working 7 out of 10.
I'm not kidding.
Fucking baby hands in IRC.
I would say.
All right, wait. So let me finish. So let's say 7 out of 10 fully working. Yeah.
Dexter, no Dexter Merlin.
Let's call it all original.
Okay.
Original Laserdisc player, fully working.
So I can answer that because the Captain's Auction, if you look it up right now, the last one they just had, one just went on an auction for $5,000.
That's stupid. I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's Captain's Auction.
Yeah.
Man, stupid.
Still.
Wow.
Anybody can take their game there and sell it.
How about a realistic?
That's true. Good point.
I would say more like 2,500.
So
2,000 to 2,500.
2,000 to 3,000 probably realistically from collector to collector.
Okay.
Do we get some extra parts with it?
Wait, did you have one, Andrew? Do you want one, Andrew?
Jeremy, need some Febreze over there, buddy? Maybe a little Beano?
Yes.
Stay away from the broccoli, maybe? Those coniferous.
Andrew, do you have one? Do you have one?
Wow.
Oh, shit.
I can't fucking do anything.
Oh.
My buddy.
Oh, you know what's funny?
Wherever he goes, I go.
You know,
the vodka's kicking in.
Oh no, it kicked in like 10 minutes ago.
So I missed the story Dave was telling about the
Fireball
Brofest last year. Real quick, because I'll probably be dropping soon. It's a late East Coast time. We're a week away from Sneak Fest. What the event is going to be called for your future. Yeah.
We're up to a few days, 10 days for Sneak Fest.
Just about a week away. Pretty much 8 days from. Yeah. So.
And I still don't have a badge list.
Yes. Fuck.
Andrew, was it a bitch list or a badge list?
And that's
it's a big list. A big list of.
Tell you what, just
a big list of
everyone's names down, and you'll mail them their badges later.
I'll
it's just a Sharpie and some pre-printed things.
I can't wait, dude.
So I've said this before. I'll get it to you tomorrow. No. Seriously, it's like I've said that like 5 fucking times. Like,
wait, you said it at least
10
times.
Thank you. Absolutely. But looking forward to it. It should be. People are coming here maybe a day early. People that are allowed to from their, get permission from their wife to do so. And so that's
wait. How many more times do I have to do it? Oh, I was looking. Someone said do it 10 times. 10.
Let Leo get this one. This is important.
No.
Let the poor man speak.
Fucking around with it.
Yeah.
Fucking around.
Sorry, there you go, Gravatar.
Nothing that we haven't really said before. It's going to be, we're heading up there Friday. I posted on Club like the schedule events. We'll go there Friday, do the first Nat tournament, and then we'll reveal the games for like the main tournament that we played for Friday and Saturday. We're not going to be there too late. So one thing that might help the potential poker game was in years past we left the Fun Spot event at like 12:30, and by the time we started playing poker, it was like 1 or 2 o'clock. And people were pretty shit-faced, so it was like, wait, what's going on here? So if like we leave, we get something to eat, we go back to the cabins or the beach at like 8 or 9, and it's like, hey, why don't we just honestly, like the first Brofest event, the thing I liked the best was just everyone just kind of hanging out with each other, like telling stories. Yeah, that was just like that was
Boys
a lot of fun.
Have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Hopefully, if the weather's nice, that's what we'll do. If not, the cabin that Dave and I
we have an educational seminar on the beach.
Exactly. Well, our cabin will be the party cabin, and then candlepin bowling Saturday morning. We're gonna have a glass mug as a prize for that.
Ooh.
And
the morning being defined as late morning, hopefully.
Yes, 1 o'clock after.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
after
perfect.
brunch.
That's after brunch.
Yeah.
That's when we all start singing
that
Pat
kind of
Benatar together.
That's Leo's morning. Hey, at 1.
Yeah.
Get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round.
That's right, Andrew.
There it comes.
Everyone! I need to blast that at at Sneak Fest.
Yeah.
I'll bring my speakers.
Oh yes, those were awesome. They were great for the dance party at the cabin.
For the dance club, yeah.
All by myself.
I'll bring that shit out again.
Yeah.
Yes. God, I can't wait. That's gonna be so much fun.
All right, Leo. Sorry. So back to meanwhile, candlepin bowling, 1 o'clock.
With a mug prize, and I have a tall boy 20-ounce can of Pabst Blue Ribbon that the winner has to drink out of.
No.
So
Nice.
Hey, that's just that's the rule. So hey, it's the tournament, and then we'll do the not a tournament Nat Saturday event, which I actually have an idea about. I'll kind of post to a couple of different people about that, and then continue with the main tournament, and again probably right around the same time Saturday night. Head back, grab some dinner, head back to the rooms, and then get drunk, have fun, and just watch Dave pee in the lake, because that's the highlight. That's the highlight of everyone's event. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Adam Sandler one year.
Who all needs to take a picture right now?
I'm sure of that.
I do.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jim.
But Jim, they're asking for your blood alcohol right now. By the way, you had a request for doing your little BAC tester. I can't imagine why.
And
you might be intoxicated.
One thing a couple of you brought up was maybe visiting. Has anyone here been to the Half Moon Arcade right on Weirs Beach?
I have. Yes.
The shoe drive.
Yes, exactly. Just maybe taking a walk around. Shoes for Koo. Oh, sorry, I just had a little fart going on.
Oh, is that the one where Clue works?
Sneak one?
I did. Yeah,
not sneaky, apparently.
That was
No
not
big-
sneaky
no big
at
deal.
all.
Kind of
I
wet.
lifted the leg. I did a lift leg. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Shoes for Coup event. We'll take a look around the.
That would be funny. What size shoe you wear? We presented with a new pair of shoes on camera.
Two separate shoes.
Two different shoes.
Separate shoes. Exactly.
The same size, but two different.
You know, there's a Walmart really close because I went there last year. We could actually do Shoes for Coup with a Walmart pair of shoes.
And there actually is a really nice seafood restaurant there. I ate there once or twice.
At Walmart?
What kind of fish and chips did you get?
They had a great duck à l'orange. It was fantastic. Yeah.
Fans club.
And by the penny,
favorite brand lobster rolls are just to die for.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Right,
Don't get the mayo or the
value. Yeah.
Don't get the butter or the mayo. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It's worth the trip.
I think it's called Weather Vane or something like that. It's a nice little place. It's right on the water too. So I've eaten there a couple of times. So that's really nice. But yeah, it's going to be very informal. I'm going to be around with everyone. I assume everyone else.
You're going to be hosting. You'll be available as a host.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what a host, is going out there saying hi to people, interacting with people. I'm not very talkative, so yeah. So
if you ever wanted to meet Leo in person,
yes,
he's very approachable. Go up to him, say hi.
Yeah, he might be drunk, but
he might even buy you a beer.
Yes. When I'm at the arcade, when I'm at Fun Spot, I'll be sober-ish because I'll be the one driving. At Nassau, no guarantees. No guarantees.
I like that he's going to be sober-ish driving.
Sober, yeah.
It's under a mile drive, which is nothing. Yeah, that's
fuzzy.
It's
walkable.
Yeah,
it is
like
walkable.
7 beers of social drinking around here, so like that's that's not. So we'll be heading back there. If you're bringing any small children, feel free to play at the arcade and play the event.
Don't.
If you want to bring them back to Nassau, maybe might not be your best idea. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there,
Feel free to not have them with you.
Yeah.
Pro tip.
Or just not have them, period.
Yeah.
There'll
there'll be a white van outside Nassau where they can hang out. Completely safe. Nothing to see here. No windows.
Some free candy. Some free candy and maybe some puppies that need to be found.
Have you ever seen it's the neighbor from Family Guy there? He's going to be the one driving the bus around too. Yeah. So
so we just got a $10 donation. A 10 for the Shoes for Coup from DJ Flask.
Nice.
Guys, I've got some bad news. Bad news for everybody. The new Drink Aid used to be formerly known as Never Too Hungover. Brought back the plastic seal.
Oh no!
Yeah, plastic seal is back, but
same great taste.
Same ass-like taste.
The same foot-like taste. But after you unscrew it, though, there's no seal over the cover.
Oh, that's
but there's a plastic seal initially.
Does it still taste like Richard?
Yeah. Well, let's see if this tastes like ass. Here we
go.
go.
Sweaty dolphin shorts.
Yeah.
Good old squeeze out those Richard Simmons dolphin shorts from Sweating to the Oldies.
Yeah.
Still tastes like a foot.
Orange and white pinstripe.
A cold foot out of the gym. Yep.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you refrigerated those. That's good call. Yeah. They are better.
So it is.
Try to hide them
It is Drink Aid.
Isn't Drink Aid a lame fucking name?
It says celebrate, feel great. Okay,
that's lame. That's like Gatorade. That's what people are gonna think when they read it.
Yeah. But on the top here, it says take before you celebrate or something,
or while celebrating.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But the funny thing is, on the actual case of these, I took a picture that I posted in Slack. But on the front, it says brought to you by the the hangover experts. So like they're trying to conceal that this is actually something to take to prevent hangovers. But then on the front of the fucking box, it's like the hangover experts. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, good job.
What's going on over there with their marketing? Just
I know.
slap their face.
Yeah.
It's Celebrate.
It's lame. They
They're-
used to
they're-
say
they're-
take while drink.
Shit.
It reminds me of those gas station dick pills that always like change the name every single time because like they ban it and then they change the chemical
Bring in the
like
logic
one
probe.
by one like they change it slightly so it's like oh it's something brand new and then like they shut that down a month later too. It's like I don't know, maybe that's the never too hunger was going to kill you eventually, but whatever the case may be, they're good.
It must have been all those royalty checks he keeps sending.
That they're missing out on all of our like millions of potential subscribers.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. There could be 39 people watching right now hearing
By the way,
wait, they already are.
I will release a code because we do that on this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
To anyone that wants to get 15% off on their order, this
Let me guess.
expands
It's Richard Simmons is the code.
from a 6-pack all the way up to the 24 case of these. They're now called drink aids, but really it's a hangover prevention drink that we all support.
Yep.
And we get nothing. We lose basically.
So you get nothing.
15% off. Plug in this code on their website. Thank you. I got this because I completed a survey, but I realized that this code works all the time on anything, even after ordering this last one. So if you type in "thank you" in all caps on their site, you'll get 15% off.
Yeah. Will not work on the Amazon
Thank you.
site,
Nice.
And Amazon does not. Yeah.
It will not work
Yeah.
on Amazon,
So
which is
you
unfortunately
you have to do this to their site,
yeah.
and
You have to pay shipping.
Remember-
That's the kicker. If you do it on their site, you have to pay shipping. And Amazon has free
I don't
shipping.
remember doing it though for this. I don't.
When I went to use the thank you code and I realized that it was actually cheaper for me to order it off of Amazon
See, it wasn't
because of the
for me.
shit with the
Okay.
shipping. So
With the shitting. Yeah.
with the shitting.
With the flatulence and
Yeah.
a little Pepto Bismol will fix it. No.
So are we gonna finish the question?
What a fuck.
Who hasn't answered it? Who hasn't answered? Carrie? Have you answered?
So did Chris really get a chance to finish it?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
You sit at my house.
You're still in my house.
Let's done plugging our sponsor that doesn't pay us.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine what we could do
We
for them
tried.
if they actually paid us.
All right.
Dickheads.
Right? Probably
Oh,
not.
We could be a lot
Take
drunker
that.
now.
You may
and
want-
wake up tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I need some.
Out of our 200 listeners, how many drink?
Yeah, I like
Not-
the hashtag.
$1.99.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Chris, are you done?
Yeah.
Please.
Me, Chris, or got Chris?
You were the last person.
Yeah,
to
there
start.
was 20
So we're-
minutes. You kept trying, and people kept
You were the
interrupting.
last person
you
we
need
were
to just fucking
interrupting.
stop this answer.
Fuck you.
Freeze bones, and someone
Oh, yeah,
started
crazy.
talking. So who hasn't gone yet? Carrie,
Carrie,
Buffett,
And Buffett.
And Orange.
Oh yeah,
Buffett
Orange is
even
giving
here?
up the ghost. He's already gone to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yep, he said to message him when it's time to end the show.
Okay.
He knocked out.
Okay, I'm just going to say to Carrie, go for it.
Woo! Okay, so I have a really girly answer.
There we go. Now
which
you may
is-
answer.
Yeah.
Now you may answer the question.
Not official.
Yes, I have the since I am the token girl, I do have the token girl answer, and it's the going back to the I discovered years probably after they were gone that they had been sold at a garage sale for probably a nickel.
No, they're still making Barbies.
Yeah, but my collection of Breyer horses, which are the big plastic horses. I never was into dolls, but I kind of played with my horses like dolls, where they had little personalities and.
But they had manes that you could comb and stuff, right?
No, actually, they didn't. No, the Breyer horses were all just hard plastic.
We saw them at the store, Carrie, with the Estes rockets. They're probably right next to each other.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I know. Oh, and then I found out later, like,
Well, yeah,
it
you
is.
just
But
tell apart dildos from the rockets.
I will say that because I played with them instead of just like sticking them on the shelf, and I would make them gallop in their hard plastic. A lot of them had broken legs. Like, so one of the because I'd be playing and it would like snap, and so I put some
Cobra
Scotch tape
Kai
on
never
it.
dies.
Yeah.
You got to put that horse
Green
down
tape.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you gonna shoot it?
A little Scotch tape, and then we're riding back on the range again.
We
So
go for the next jump.
and I had and it's not a toy, but I had a sticker collection that my cousin had given me, and then I added to, and I was like, I never wanted to use the stickers because someday I might need the stickers or they'd be worth a lot of money. And so I had this whole thing of stickers that apparently my mom threw out.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Did you have puffy?
Well,
puffy
she's cleaning up. Everything has a place for everything, and everything in its place.
Well, what happened is
That
my
would be
mom-
scrapbooking
my mom-
gold today.
I know, right? There's like Jolly Green Giant. There was a lot of like STP stickers, like a lot of the like car stuff. But my mom got remarried and she moved into my stepdad's house, and so when that happened, it was like
Yeah.
she sold out the house I grew up in. And
Did you have a story about going to the dumpster with a giant box and just like pushing it in?
No, not even. No, I discovered that apparently my mother
she
did that while I was off in
Yeah,
college.
Right. Yeah. So she had that story of like,
Yeah.
my fucking daughter.
Yeah,
Get that shit out of my house.
Stickers. This is bullshit.
Stupid stickers. Yeah, just
I should have fucking stuck them on stuff. I should have enjoyed the
Yeah.
stickers and not just had them in a little book. And I should have been like, "Hey, I'd like to stick a sticker on something." But yeah, no, not so much. So there you go. The Prior Horses, the sticker collection.
Anybody remember Scratch and Sniffs?
Oh fuck
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
Do you remember the grape ones are good. The chocolate ones, bullshit.
Ew, that's a good.
Oh fuck!
Peppermint.
I thought it's something now.
Oh,
That,
Oh.
that to this day is
Vodka's kicking in.
Vodka.
All right,
we need
all right.
PAC
When I was
shit, but what-
when I was like 9 years old, which is a year before Tan, my
Yes.
sister, for a birthday gift, and this has been a controversy for as long as we've known each other. She got me basically she made me like a sticker book, like a book of stickers, these little tiny like smiley face stickers, and they were supposed to be worth. Shut up, Buffett. They were supposed to be. They were supposed to be worth. Each sticker was supposed to,
I think stuff's closed.
nothing personal. They were supposed to be worth washing the dishes once.
Yeah,
So
don't
each
get-
sticker, and there's like 100 of them are in this book. They're each supposed to be worth washing the dishes. And I was like, yes, this gets me out of chores
Right, but
for
what
like
did you,
years. All right, he gets muted. No,
I
thank
already
you.
did it.
All right. So, and this is and suddenly, like a week later, magically, it's vanished. Like nowhere to be found. This book of stickers is just gone. And we've been arguing about what happened to this book for years. And still to this day, like you bring it up and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, you fucking stole that shit and threw it out. I know you did. Because you realized how many sets of dishes you're gonna have to wash.
Link.
Texting about
Are those Brian Coos?
Yes.
It did.
Go right here. I
What
don't know.
size boot does Brian Koo wear?
I think
Those are the shoes that we're gonna attempt to replace right there.
Yeah.
That I'm showing.
I think Jim, answer that question.
I think it's a 10.5. That's where I'm at.
I was gonna say this 10.
He's probably like a size 9, but he's wearing like 11s right there, just because that's what he found.
Yeah.
Because if you go outside and choose bigger, his toes don't bust through as fast.
Oh.
Yes.
Bring in the logic probe.
You know what makes us stand out are the red socks.
I know. Like,
Yes.
it matches his apron.
Something I've discovered about shoes is that I've got every fucking possible color of shoe, solid colors. And I realized that, man, for certain like red, green, I only have like 2 get-ups that I can wear these shoes with, so they stay fucking in the closet forever.
Hey, what size shoe are you, Jim?
13.
Yeah, I don't think Brian Coos.
You know, when I look at Brian
he's not
Coos'
a
shoes, that tells me that he, that tells me
I
right
see
away
where you were
that
going with that.
he doesn't have a wife to tell him
I'm a
he needs to
13
change that
Dave
out.
around. Think about it.
No, I can't even. I have two pairs of shoes that look pretty decent. I feel like bringing them because I can't wear them because my feet are. I have to go high coin.
I have
now.
long, skinny feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pound
but
feet.
my feet are fat and thicker.
Yeah.
Oh. So Dave's basically
Dave's nickname is Dave's been known for years as Soup Can.
Yes.
Yeah, just like a beer can. Yeah, that's about.
That's right. No, you're twice as big as a Bud Light.
He may not hit bottom.
Right
He
about
makes
it.
the shit out of the side.
Oh yeah. He doesn't hit bottom, but he hits rock.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you got to unmute Buffett. I'm passing it to Buffett.
Oh shit! I'm not ready. Here we go. Buffett.
Touches the menorah. Majora.
Oh, don't do that.
Stop it.
I think he's still muted though.
Yeah, unmute himself.
Let me unmute him.
Yes,
Hasn't
unmute
gone
himself.
out yet.
All right. I think he has to do it.
He has to unmute himself. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're not ops. So
Oh, I
Buffett,
see.
if you're listening, then you can unmute yourself and
I'm gonna go get a never too hungover.
Yeah, if not.
That a boy. Let's play some music.
All right, so Buffett's done. So
Yeah.
what'd you guys do this week?
Nice set of hooters you got there.
The owls. I love those owls.
So we had a couple things we needed to cover. Gak apparently has a box.
Mhm.
Yes.
Ooh, the box is
I
good.
got some goodies to show back
Which we're
there.
very excited to see what he has.
Let's see Gak's box.
I have
want to see Xbox.
so Gak has a box. I have a tube.
So
Steak, a tube steak.
Doesn't Carrie have something too?
I
Carrie-
do.
I thought that
Carrie
was
should
weird.
go first because Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie's been holding off.
Something
Okay.
about she got a very expensive ring for
Show me
Jim
what
to
you
drop off.
Bobby.
Don't put
That
your
was
dog
from,
Wait,
Carrie.
I think Buffett. Or,
I'm playing mock sounds tonight, baby.
Why don't you shut up, bitch?
Buffett, are you back? Do you
I
have,
love that one.
Wait, is that weird science?
It's
Yeah. Why
so
don't you
classic.
shut up?
That's one of the classics.
Go to the bank in the
That
morning.
was a classic.
I'm
Anyway.
playing them all tonight,
Have a good
baby.
night.
Play that again, Joe.
All right, have a good night, Buffett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think there's talking, but not to us. All
The
right.
only person that would ever need money would either be your
Oh
mom.
my God.
Oh no!
Let's all be quiet. I want to hear this.
Nope. That's some kind of private conversation.
Yeah,
going on.
That was very interesting. That was
No,
very
I don't want to
interesting.
hear about someone's mom needing money. That's
Yeah.
not cool.
Oh, I didn't hear mom. I just heard mom.
So let's go with Carrie's.
need food.
Carrie, so what's your announcement? Go.
So hey, so I did some arcade repair. Oh no, wait, probably don't want to hear about that. But at least we can get into that.
It might be a little bit late for that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I know.
How's your
I'll be the only
finger?
one.
If you know what I mean.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a nice stabbed myself in the finger with a screwdriver, trying to
It is
hit my
pokey.
connectors. Fuck and
But
Baby Pac-Man.
Neosporin and it's healing, and
yeah,
we're all
yes, exactly. I'm gonna survive. But
no
it
tetanus shots required.
no, because I've gotten one recently anyway. At least a couple
I had a
years ago
joke
when I got
somewhere in there.
it. So I picked up a new game.
Yes, I want to hear it.
Ooh.
I yeah, right.
I'm gonna leave right now.
You're crying. You're
No spoilers.
I'm gonna go.
I guess
cry in my
it's
bedroom.
probably a pepper too. Yeah, we were.
I wish it, Dave. I wish it was a pepper too.
Yeah, it's Carrie's. Oh, I happened to stumble across an iRobot and I got a reactor over here. And then I got.
I'm not at all familiar with Pepper 2.
Yeah.
So,
Me neither. Me neither.
It smells.
Yeah. We don't have Rockola games in California.
It makes you sneeze a
Or
lot.
no, wait, that's an X. Is it Rockola?
Salt was my I like that a little
That's how much
better.
I don't
Yeah,
know
so.
No, it's in the pinball realm.
Yay!
It was. It is. Yeah. Oh my god, I
Get
love
the
it.
happy sound ready. Here we
I know,
go.
I love it so much. I chose the curtain. I
Jim?
said I want to go with the curtain. They opened up the curtain. Behind the curtain, there was a absolutely stunning home use only Lord of the Rings pinball, and it makes me very.
Of course, there was.
No attention to that.
And how many home use only machines do you own now?
Not that many. Some. I found.
Wait. If we were to do like a round robin here, who else owns any home use only games?
Yeah,
I guess.
Carrie only buys the best.
Not that many.
Not that many. A handful and
3, 4.
and- yeah. And like Tron is a home use only, but I like to say it came
Okay,
from
5.
It was kind of you're like, oh wait, I forgot about that one.
Reactor, Tron,
Oh, Reactor,
iRobot.
no, iRobot, not Reactor, not. Those aren't home use only. They're rare games, but not home use only games.
Come on, Reactor was in the person's home for.
Yeah, but it came out of an arcade. They bought it from an arcade.
Back in 1982. Yeah.
It was a while ago.
Jack, what are you showing here?
I think it's a yearbook, right?
Yeah, that's a picture of me in like.
Oh wow!
Dude,
Yeah.
Jack,
Sorry.
close that box. You're too early, man.
Where you go
Fourth
like this?
grade. It says fourth grade up there. Fourth grade. Right there. Yeah, fourth grade.
The middle part with the comb in your back pocket that's stuck out.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, here's Gak from.
I know we're in the middle of some shit here.
Well, that would have been the year that Lord of the Rings came out. No.
Yeah,
I
That was a good try.
I can't wait to see Gak's box, but we're in the middle of talking about Carrie's box.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Yeah.
Not much. There
what's
we
in the
go.
box,
yeah.
And dude, I'm sorry when it comes to Gak's box versus Carrie's box.
Yes, I think that we
You're
have
gonna
clear
lose that
winner.
every single time. Yeah.
I have no option but to side with Andrew on this.
That was a weird statement.
My box is pretty wrecked according to.
That's right.
I love that.
Let the
I
woman
think
speak.
we have a name for the title, a name for the show now.
Gak's box is old and dusty.
Going off the rails.
So,
Were we ever on the rails?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
Hey,
So anyway, so I
put
love
anal
it.
rings in the chat.
So aside from Carrie's second grade yearbook, she also.
So Lord of the Rings.
So
Yes.
yeah, so Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Terrible
You had to
pinball
drive
game.
a-
It's got really bad gameplay. I'm so glad she got it because I am never going to own one of these.
Yeah.
I do
You
have
got
to say,
James
I'm kind of
Grill game.
surprised.
Well, it's okay, Mock, because now my list of pinballs is down to like 1 or 2. You know, I used to have 4.
it's like Monopoly.
Carrie owns 2 of the 4 that were on my one list now, and I
I do
love
have
her
to
for
say
it.
though, I'm a little bit surprised that Carrie is keeping it old school and not doing LEDs.
Yeah. No.
Actually, Gak, though, you look
Doesn't need it.
in.
Yeah.
It
pretty good.
looks so fucking good. It pisses me off how good it looks because, Carrie showed me the pictures, but then I saw it in person. I'm like, okay, all right.
Like
This is amazing. Gak,
Yeah,
you would if you saw this, you'd be like, don't
Right.
fucking do a thing to this thing.
Yeah.
It looks so good. It's so bright and vibrant. Like all of the incandescents, I would never put a fucking LED in that thing.
Yeah, when I was there, I actually
Not a fucking
it was
thing.
so bright. It was so bright. And part of me was like, God, this looks like like I knew it wouldn't have been LED, but it was so bright it kind of looked like it. But it's like you can see when you can see the bulbs that show out. I was like, no, it really is just incandescent.
I saw the bulbs. If you know what I'm saying, woo!
And I have to see, because of the colors of that game, with all the oranges and reds, and it's just such a warm tone game, I'm just going to keep talking.
I'm sorry, delayed laugh.
Sorry, Dave.
We got to get your BAC on this one, Jimbo.
I want to hear the real shit. I want to hear.
I deserve to make a couple of jokes.
I want to hear how Carrie broke it to Jim that she got a Lord of the Rings. When we were,
Mark, you want me to read the text to you?
Diego, Jim talked about Lord of the Rings for like an
let's
hour.
hear the text.
Should I read the text to you, and then should I tell you my legit response when I read the text?
100%.
Absolutely, go.
When Carrie told me, I almost fell out of my chair.
Much confessional.
It's like you've been dating for like 6 months, and then now you're finally telling him that you actually have like 2 kids.
Maybe I should save it for off the show. I gotta be fair.
Yeah.
I gotta be fair.
What happened was
I was a little conflicted, and then it took me a day to think about it and be like, wow, you're silly to think that. Like, I felt stupid because I'm like, man, I am feeling all selfish about like, how dare she buy another game, because I counted. I sent her a text and I'm like, you have 6 fucking games that were on my want list before I even met you that you have purchased in that time that I've known you, not including the games you owned before I met you. And now you're buying another fucking, like, I was all upset, and then the next day I'm like, wow, that's stupid. Why am I acting like this? This is the girl I'm fucking dating, and she's got a game that I want.
You know, Jim, there is an easy solution to this, right? Put a ring on it.
Bet it's not an easy solution.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew.
Or just
crickets.
You can just
the
move
hardest.
in instead.
Actually, it's probably the hardest way to.
Yeah.
Jim comes out to visit every 2 weeks. Now he gets to play the game when he wants to every 2 weeks. I think that's a pretty good deal.
Right? Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah, it's worth the price of the flight.
Yeah, I can do the opposite. I could be like, these games are stupid. Why do you have all this shit in your living room?
I just remember.
Terrible taste.
Well, we wouldn't be dating then, would we?
So Jimbo, it's payback time. What does Carrie like?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was kidding her. I was gonna buy 2. I was kidding her. There was a fun house that popped up for $2,000. I was kidding her. I was gonna buy and then throw it in her face.
That would have been awesome.
That's a good deal. You should have got that.
Yeah, but I think I need to act like I'm gonna be
This is a fight where no one loses.
I know. Exactly. That's what I'm like. Ooh, yeah.
And Andrew, that's my ultimate point.
I sure hope that Jim doesn't get a tax scan. That would really make me upset if he got a tax scan.
I would buy it, then I'd be like, sorry, we're done.
Games.
What a dick.
Piss me. Yeah, that would be such a dick move. Or a fun house. Yeah, that would suck.
Jim, you still got to get a pinball table, though.
You'd totally get back at me.
No, I actually, it's funny, Mark, because yes, I plan on doing that this year. Before 2019, I'm going to own
talked
my
about
first
it
pin.
when you're visiting San Diego. You were saying, okay, I'm almost done paying off this, and this, and my next purchase will be a pinball table. I'm going to get Lord of the Rings.
He said
that was a very fun conversation,
right?
And then now, you know what's even funnier is that I'm looking at gift ideas for Carrie, and I'm looking at mods for Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, oh wow, this isn't insulting an open wound at all.
I do have a suggestion for a mod if you want to hear.
I've got a lot, but
So one of the suggestions that I've seen on Pinside that looked really cool, unless it's already got it, is the upper play field that's on the left with the ghosts. Somebody put in LEDs underneath the ghosts, so the ghosts light up really cool looking. You might want to look into that.
Because the figures. Are you talking about like the little figures?
They're clear like plastic figures.
Yeah, because that's not part of the that's actually a mod in and of itself. And then there's some.
Oh, it is. Okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's actually a flat play field with just the sensors that it rolls over. But and somebody did the mod with getting the figures, and then somebody else did it with adding lights, and now
okay, I didn't know. I thought that was part of it. Okay,
that's actually the one where I was like, okay, and this game has had nothing. Like the people who bought it just owned it. They never touched it. They hired somebody when it had a problem.
It's a fucking beautiful game.
Yeah, and then they
I honestly, I told her as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I'd be kicking my own ass if I was like, well, you shouldn't get this.
Carrie, how did you come across it in the first place?
Honestly, Clav. It was on Clav. And
you just
it's like R5G or something.
Yeah.
How close were you to the house for that?
Not close. I mean, this was so he's in Reno. So I ended up going to work. I went to Sacramento.
4-hour drive from your house at least, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it took the sting out because I went to Sacramento anyway for work, so that I just
5-hour drive.
I worked into a work trip, but he got it. So the people who owned it originally, one of the flippers broke, and they had a repair person out a couple times who couldn't fix it, and then so they ended up selling it to the guy I bought it from, who owned it for like 4 years and never played it because it had a broken flipper, and he apparently didn't really get motivated enough to fix it until he decided to sell it. And then he was able to fix the flipper. And the issue was that it needed to have both the transistor and the diode for the flipper replaced at the same time. So when the repair person came, he put in a new flipper coil with the diode. But then the transistor's out, so okay, and we'll change the transistor. Now it's fine, and then that blows the diode. So you needed to have done both at the same time. So that what ended up being the issue, and somebody gave him a heads up on that. And so there you go. But so it sat with him for like 4 years, never being played. So the thing is like brand spanking new.
Because nobody played it.
Nobody played it, right?
Yeah. Sat broken for a long time.
For a long time, and he had it covered with a blanket, so it was not getting hit by the sun. Like he knew what to do.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, it is absolutely stunning. So
you weren't even in the market; you just kind of saw it out there. You're just like, "Oh, that's pretty good." It was because I have my little short list, and Lord of the Rings was on there, but I wasn't actively pursuing. I told Jim, I said, like, a really good one comes along. But I wasn't going to be like, look at this is in Utah, and I'll have it shipped to me. Like, if there was some sort of good deal that came my way, I wasn't going to pass it up, but I wasn't going to go like I wasn't doing the search. Like when I looked for iRobot, I did the search and I found it.
I'm waiting for my big blue or Trog cabinet to show up, for my birthday or Christmas gift.
That's gonna show up at her house, and she's gonna be like, "Look, I got Street Fighter 2 Turbo."
Yeah,
and Trog.
and Trog.
Hey, I gave you the PCB.
Look at this home use only Trog I got.
Yeah, the prototypes.
Look at all this Toki art I have.
Yeah. That's just me. You know damn well I'm not going to have that before next year.
Too.
Actually,
I accidentally get that instead of Cloak and Dagger.
I kid you guys not. Sent Rich and Kendra a message today saying, I know you guys are super swamped. I'm always
you being PC.
Yep. Being very PC. But I said,
but where the fuck is my
possible? Would it all be possible for me to get that before before June 15th? Because I'm having, and this is true, Carrie's going to be up here that weekend. I'm planning on having another party out here, and it would be great to show off that artwork to all of my friends that will be out here. I haven't heard a peep yet, but hopefully we'll see what happens. I told them, no, I'm always like, no big deal. But
why does Kendra have to tickle our ass with a feather and go, look at the test prints and look at these prints, look at these other prints?
By the way, Steve, I got when I sent you guys that message, that update, like from 3 weeks ago, where I was like, hey, I heard an update from them. Rich was talking to me about Dimensions. He sent me pictures of the prints from the side art, and of course, to me, that doesn't mean a whole lot.
You don't need that.
I don't need that, but so that that was it.
But he knows he can sell that though.
Yeah,
you know.
The
I'm sure
thing
he
that
did it
pisses
right.
me off is what Kendra sends to Carrie, and what I got one other time is when you're like, "Hey, blah 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 blah." You ask a question, and all she sends you is a thumbs up. What the fuck? What the fuck does that mean? What does a fucking thumbs up mean?
You know,
Hey,
she does post on Facebook because I see her. I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I see her posts on there. And she's been posting like progress on it.
And
so-
Instagram. I think her Instagram goes to
Yeah.
Facebook. Mock.
Yeah. Okay.
right,
So it's-
right. She's tagged me in Instagram and stuff too, but when you ask a question, you're like, hey, in Carrie's place, for the sake of things, I'm talking hypothetically here. Hey, could I get my? Is it possible to get my Escape from the Robot Monsters artwork that I paid for a year ago next month? And she's like, hey, here's a thumbs up. That's all. It's like, wow, thanks for kicking me in my balls.
Maybe that's a yes.
Like, could you not just say yes?
Right. Yeah, like a definitive answer. Yeah.
Or no. Yeah, even no
or
would
no.
be. Yeah.
How about an answer, not a fucking just
emoji? Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, it's getting a little late. I'll talk to y'all next week.
Yeah, our last broadcast before Sneak Fest.
Yes.
No, next Tuesday.
Next week will be.
We'll have one.
I will be on.
That's what I said. It's the last one before. That one is.
I'll be on all episode next week because I will not be working Wednesday. So.
All right.
Naked.
Well, maybe we'll see how many beers I have.
Shirt off.
Next week will be the
Show us your Sneak Fest
pre-party on the Hangout.
Absolutely.
Are we doing a naked hangout?
That's Thursday. That's definitely Thursday.
Oh, shirts off.
Nice.
Thursday, definitely Thursday.
Is that our Halloween?
I've never worn anything from the waist down. You guys.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Awesome.
boy, you're like a TV anchor. News
There you
anchor.
go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Cool.
All right,
Talk to
Leo.
y'all. Look forward to seeing y'all.
Hey, buddy.
Good night.
I'm looking forward to flying JetBlue.
Bye.
I hate.
So are we moving on to
go-
what's in the tube?
My buddy. My buddy.
I want to go through the tube real quick.
What's in the tube?
Farewell, I'll be just saying goodnight.
Sing it. I hate to go leave this pretty side.
Dave, I don't know what to say about that, man.
Andrew, are you ready for our big 80s dance mix?
Dude, I can't wait for the 80s dance mix, dude. I've got it fucking
we're
lined
gonna
up.
we're gonna be doing a Thriller dance together.
Yeah, I'll film it.
Yeah, just like at Chris Rhodes' house. Remember that, Carrie?
I do. You were awesome.
Stupid and drunk and couldn't remember anything.
Yeah.
So
And then I drove us home.
love that story. So real quick,
That might have been the
Go
night
with
that I
your
did.
tube.
I want to make sure I don't show the wrong part of the tube.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm
love
not
it.
sure what's in this. This came from our own Brian Frober.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, I have
Oh.
2 packages coming. I fucking need you more than ever.
He said that it's a tube
Yes.
made from butcher paper. He taped the ends on and covered the holes with cardboard.
Himself. So I don't know what's in here. It might be a fibia. It might be
Big dildo.
A fibula.
It's his collection of toenail clippings.
Fistula.
He's been collecting toenail clippings for the last 30 years, and he's finally shipped them to you.
Oh, belly button lid.
There you go.
It could be very creepy inside. The double dong dildo obviously is a possibility.
A baby arm.
It could be a baby arm.
Is it bigger than a baby's arm? We don't know.
It could be I don't know. Maybe it's a bunch of half-used toilet paper tubes. Let's find out. So Brian and I have been like chatting on a variety of stuff. So I have no idea what this is. But I promised I would open on the show. So
I think we have to be quiet because we can't have Orange Whip present.
no, that's fine. So there's keep
Where's
talking.
Orange Whip?
It's gonna take me a minute to open this shit up.
Brad,
Brian, the one non-drinker,
Brian, it might be a rubber fisting arm, a la Borat. So, no idea, but apparently
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, Seabart. I'm coming back.
Take that, you.
The seal has been broken.
Oh.
Let's give this a sniff as we open up the.
As you break the hymen.
Wait, I got your theme song ready.
I don't know what that sounds like. There's a certain warehouse quality to it. Maybe a.
You smoking some dank out of that?
Oh.
Oh yeah, you pull that bubble wrap out of there.
You're gonna have fun with that later.
Yeah.
Every time I take my kid to the stores, he starts popping all the bubble wrap.
All right. So we've got
poster.
Paper here.
I didn't give you those songs, Jim.
Oh boy.
Bad boys. Sounds like you have some extra
Wow, I don't even know
slots for
how
other
to
sound
present this
effects.
stuff. Holy shit, dude.
Cut it, Tiger.
Doing it very low here.
Oh,
So
I know exactly when to cut it.
so far, this stuff may not be things which are specifically interested to this group. However, Slick Nick, who I know is a, and actually, his wife, of course, are Porsche fans.
Great.
So
yeah,
this is some really
primo,
pretty awesome Porsche stuff.
Oh, it's like a bunch of tiny pictures of horses.
Yep. So I don't know, Brian. Let me know if it's cool. I'm watching the YouTube, or sorry, the IRC chat. Let me know if it's cool if I say like where you work and like what I know about that stuff. So just give me a post back.
Say
it's
it.
Cool. But so apparently he's saying it's cool because he's talking about it in the IRC. So
all right.
So Pelican Parts. Yeah, I just showed it.
This is for Dave.
I'm fine with it.
These are Porsche posters so far. So Brian works for a company called Pelican Parts, who is an amazing resource for people who are trying to restore their classic Porsche. And I had a '68 Porsche myself, so I'm not that old.
No.
So there you go. So it's a collection of posters that he sent.
Oh, nice.
So there you go. There's a Slick Nick style.
Yeah, you got a green one.
Speedster there. Yep. The Steve McQueen. Oh, God, the 917. So there you go. So another one here. Beautiful. These are great.
That's cool.
Super cool.
You have no room for all these posters in your arcade. Where are you gonna put them?
Not in here. This is stuff that
He's just gonna lay them on top of the stormtrooper mask, and then
No, he's gonna put them over every portrait of him and his wife.
I see the Rastan wood thing.
Yes, Rastan is on the wall. So
yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah, we see that.
Oh, that's a really loud. That's really high levels there, Jim.
This
Maybe
is
take it down a little bit for background music.
How about that?
Really amazing stuff. So Pelican, they are a huge resource for, again, people like restoring their old cars. I bought parts long before I knew Brian. Back when I was working on my Porsche. God damn, this one kills me. This is probably my favorite of them because that's what my car looked like.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so
get out of my dreams. Get into my.
Super cool. That's a 65. Mine's a 68. But God, Brian, thank you so much, dude. This is it's a car thing. This has nothing to do with like what you guys are into, but it's huge for me.
Yeah, that's very
my car.
Brian, thank you so much, dude.
Get in the backseat, baby.
And
is Forever gonna make it to Grinkfest this year?
God bless him, he better, because I need to buy him the beers.
Yeah, you fuck face. I saw you for 10 seconds.
We need to have a proper hangout with
Gravatar, you are a bad influence. I want to play every sound I have, but I have too many. I have like, dude, you have no idea. I have so many fucking sounds that I can't keep track of them.
Yeah, you got pages worth. And you can't
do.
play them all
I
at
do.
once, though.
I do. I should record a video just to show you guys how many fucking sounds I have.
Stop
put
it.
it this way.
Stop
please.
it.
For
or how about
God's
that?
Here you go, Mock. That's for you. And it takes a lot of fucking skill to be able to swap between all these palettes to find one sound.
Sorry,
That's a boner.
Just pimping the pelicanparts.com. So it's still their website. So this is I haven't had my Porsche for like 10 years, 12 years. And yeah, so these guys have been around for a long time. They've got amazing stuff. Pelicanparts.com. Obviously, we don't get paid for Porsche shit.
You're really into car stuff.
Car stuff, yeah. I'm a German car guy.
I am
Volkswagens and Porsche. I dress up my Volkswagens and Porsche shit.
Oh, Dave's got the glasses going. Oh, yeah.
Getting ready for the bad life.
For the life.
You
number 2 tomorrow.
Slowly yours. I hear my...
All right, so stop presenting. Yeah, and Brian sent me something else, so there'll be more stuff tomorrow. But I'm gonna open up that stuff off the air. But Brian, dude, fuck, man.
Yay, Brian!
Brian's awesome.
Hi-yo.
Super fan. He's been.
Don't wanna dream no more. That's what we need. We need a Nightmare on Elm Street marathon.
We do need a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh man,
I will bring the 3D glasses, and we can watch it all in 3D together.
So we're coming to your party, right?
Yes, that will be. Wait, we've got Nat figured out through like 2020, so I'm fucked.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, you're totally welcome, but there's no place to stay.
Yeah.
By that time, it will be Nat at Carrie's place.
Staying in your guys' bed.
Can we just do like a? I'm just gonna say it. Can we just do like a pretend bachelor party? You know, I'll tell the wife that somebody's getting married.
Well,
and,
depends on what you're talking about. Maybe it won't be pretend by then.
What?
Are you out a ring?
I did just buy Carrie a Lord of the Rings DMD. No, I'm just kidding. Will you marry me? Oh my God, it's Lord of the Rings!
Holding up the DMD.
Will you play your game in color?
And I will say it in Gollum's voice. I'll be like, "Hello, Carrie.
My precious.
My precious."
Yeah.
Potatoes. What are we eating for dinner tonight, honey? Potatoes. He's like, I don't want to eat potatoes again.
God damn it! Why am I on this show?
Yeah, Necro said that's like 15 movies you want to watch. That whole series.
I know that would be an entire movie.
All right, the real test.
Non-stop.
All right, we have to watch 15
weekend.
movies back to back. It'll be 3 days of torture.
That's
Now, do you want to marry me?
No baths.
That does not sound like
baths or showers between.
I did decide that since I got the game that I was going to play. I was going to watch the all the Lord of the Rings movies again. Forever. So I actually just got the extended version.
Oh, they're long.
I've never seen the extended ones before. I've seen the regular ones.
I've got this down to a science, dude.
They have such longer scenes. I mean, it makes the movies way long.
Well, yeah, that's the one thing. The regular versions are weird though. Like it changes the story.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I was
There's some
thinking
different
that,
things in there.
I'm, I'm familiar, obviously, with the other ones, but I was like, oh,
Actually,
that'd be kind of fun.
story-wise, it actually plays out a little better, the longer version.
Yeah, it does.
That's kind of what I gathered. It was a little more character development, which I always appreciate. And if you're watching them at home, like I don't have to sit and watch the whole thing in one sitting. Like I can.
Yeah, you do.
No. You sit down for 9 hours and watch those movies.
Yeah. And when you're all done,
more
you
than
stink.
nine.
Did you guys hear about Avengers?
I think it's close to like
how many of you
12
guys
or
have
13.
seen Avengers: Infinity Wars?
Oh well, yeah, not including The Hobbit.
No, Avengers:
yeah.
Infinity War. Who's seen that?
I have.
I did.
No.
Yep.
Not yet.
All right. Have you guys heard that some people went to see? There was a marathon, and where people saw of what are there 18 Marvel movies? They saw 12 of them before seeing that. So basically, every Marvel movie from 2008 until then that wasn't a sequel. So Iron Man 1, all the Avengers movies, Thor, Captain
They had
America.
to sit through Iron Man 2 because goddamn
so like 30 hours of movie time before seeing Avengers. So like a whole fucking day. Yeah. To see and then saw that movie. Holy fuck. Like I thought, like I knew that with the Lord of the Rings, with the Matrix, they did shit like that, even Star Wars. But can you imagine seeing in a theater for more than a whole fucking day? Like whole day. Fucking
you better bring a diaper.
Yeah.
Adult diaper, a couple of them.
Astronaut diapers.
Plus tax. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, the movie theater should just give them free admission, and then just figure that they're going to have to pay so much for the food that
you're going to be shitting out popcorn. Yeah. And then there's Gleek and all of his beer shenanigans.
10.
Hey,
welcome,
it's good to
fuckface.
see
What
you.
damn time? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with you guys.
That ends the show.
Yeah. All right, we got 30 seconds left. Say your thank yous and we'll do it.
Yeah. Say something, Dick. No.
Hey, what's up, man?
Blake, you should be out in a couple weeks. You should be out there at Sneak Fest.
Yeah, but that's my
Leak Fest.
Hey, you know what though? You know what, Mike? I would much rather you be out at Grinkers than
Grinkers. Yes, I already got.
If you're gonna make
Yeah, you
one
haven't
trip,
been to Grinkers yet.
So news on that. I haven't been to
Oh, yeah.
Grinkers. I got my vacation time approved. So
bonus.
Oh.
Yes.
Next step is buying.
So
I'll be
that mean
coming
you're going to
Sunday,
go, or you just got it approved and you're going to sit at home?
Oh,
Nice. So
I like
good
the way
job.
that Steve's going.
Right.
Well, last year was a whole different scenario, but I'll be coming solo. So,
Well,
and then I'm
You
actually
know what though, Mike?
what?
Mike,
Coming
you go
solo.
out to Grinkers once. That will be the event you will never miss again.
Yeah,
I kid you not.
Yeah.
You know what? I really want to go back to Nazwa too because that was a blast too with you guys.
Well, do both,
Yeah.
fucker. But
Yeah.
but if you can only do one, go out to Grinkers.
Yep.
Yeah.
But man, Nazwa
We'll
was
get
so
you drunk.
Yeah, I'll get drunk. I don't know. Beer's
Dude,
my thing.
And then,
Dude,
and then
we're
you get to
already-
be a
I'm gonna-
bartender too.
It might happen.
Might happen.
It worked for me.
Well,
Steve, I'm going to bring out my breathalyzer in
Yeah.
San Diego.
All right.
Yeah, where are you now?
That's nice.
Come on.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do an update, Jimbo.
Yeah.
I need to wait. I just
Oh,
finished
just-
my fucking vodka
Hey Jim,
drink.
I even
All right,
named the
stop
box
Dane,
for you
15
today,
minutes
man.
with one report.
Yeah.
The box-
I
the
need
box
an
name is-
accurate reading is going to require it's going to require 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You need to wait for an accurate rating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was gauging Long Island iced teas all night.
Hey, look, I got Ian Kellogg here, man. Woo!
Yeah.
I don't know who Ian Kellogg is. I haven't seen that guy in like 3 years.
Yeah, he has kind of fallen
No,
off.
no, I mean, we feel for him. He had a fire, but what does it take, like 10 years?
Necros. Yes, I'm hammered. You know,
Yeah.
You were wondering.
It just sounds hammered.
You know what's funny is like actually there's been like a distinctive lack of sound effects. Usually when you get hammered, you just start pushing buttons on your screen.
Andrew. Either I push buttons or I just say "fuck you guys" and I start playing games.
That's right. That's true.
I get pissed off. I'm like, "Fuck all you guys! I'm gonna play arcade games."
I'm gonna beat my record on Eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because so many people care about Eyes.
See you in 4 hours, suckers.
Yeah. That's why, like,
watch the back of my head, you fuckers.
Yeah, look at it. Look at it.
Eyes drunken master.
All right, so are we to see Gax box?
Oh,
whip it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gax box. Let me get a beer for that.
It's right there. Let's see the box.
Well, here's one thing.
Oh, speaking of box, the lunch box.
So we got a lunch box.
Wow.
Empire Strikes Back. This is all in the
Does it have a thermos? Because that's the kicker. Oh,
yeah.
The thermos
Look
is
at
where it's at.
that.
Now I'm scared to smell it.
Open it up. It smells like
Oh, no.
Special message for all the kids watching at home.
the city
Little
coffee.
city lid.
Stay out of trouble.
Wow.
Oh, he went
All
for
right.
the certain.
It smells kind of like peppery.
I don't know how you
Oh,
survive.
that's better than.
I have no idea what would cause that to smell like pepper.
Probably puke.
So you know it's got Yoda on it, so that's
Dude,
that's pretty
that's badass right there.
right.
That's legit.
Oh shit!
Lunch box.
You know, it's got like it's the tin, so it's got like artwork all the way around.
Yep.
Every side,
Yeah.
bottom.
Laugh it up,
That's not even like beat up that
Top.
bad.
And I tried to sell it at a garage sale for $2, but no one bought it.
Oh,
And no one bought it.
probably lucky that you didn't.
I'll give you $3 for it.
Quite inspirational when your friends arrive.
So we
Yeah,
got
guys,
some kind of sleepy blankie here, Star Wars.
Wait, yeah, go back to the lunchbox. I just googled that. It's on sale for $950.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
It's on sale for that.
$950.
Yeah,
but who's buying it?
Probably smells better than his.
There you go. I just
Witness the firepower
Yeah,
of this
all
fully
right, so I have to
armed
click on it
and
now.
operational
$950.
station.
Is that the
See, your link was like something weird.
What has transpired
How much
has
is your old Star Wars
according
lunchbox
to my
right now?
design.
It says on eBay, a vintage 1980 Empire Strikes Back lunchbox featuring Yoda and Luke, which you have there, is currently on sale for $950.
Oh shit!
I find your lack of
On sale for it, like who's buying?
I kid you not.
$5. Yeah.
Maybe Orange Rip can help there. Go to eBay and let's find a sold listing on this.
Yeah.
How do you
That-
find
that
the
was-
sold listings on eBay? I forgot how to do
Because
that.
that's the
Do
difference.
a
The
search.
sold
That's a
listing.
search.
Now
Okay.
witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational battle
I'm
station.
gonna pull away from Star Wars for a second. Does anybody know what this is?
It's a penis.
Does it? Yeah. Is it the with
It's like a
the?
drag
Where's
race
the last
car.
piece?
Yeah. Is it the one where you would put the plastic strip in and pull it out and it would?
I don't know. It's got
the
some kind
zip
of
strip
attachment on the back.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if it's battery operated or. I have
So-
no
Totally.
idea.
I
So
remember
no,
the
get-
zip strip one.
It says Eliminator 2 on it.
Show me its ass again. There
That's
you go.
The back
And
of it.
can you tilt it a little bit so I can see the?
Focusing.
It suddenly
Oh,
turned
wait.
Face.
really
I
dirty.
found another
But
one. Okay, I'm looking at the sold. It's like $14.
What I'm
Yeah. Big difference. In the-
All right, I'll give
914.
you 15.
So what I'm wondering if what that is they were I had one that was a purple sports car, and it also came with a plastic
Yeah, a little zip
like
strip
the
thing.
plastic then you put it and then you pulled it and then exactly
Yeah, and then you yanked it out, and then the wheel spun. You
I
put it
don't
on the
know
ground,
which
and it hauled ass.
thing this
Yeah,
ties into.
it's kinda
but
hard
this
to
is
see
some
if it
other
was-
kind of
might have been
Oh,
that.
that might be
I don't know what it is.
Oh, maybe did that go with the car?
I think this might play into this other thing.
Okay.
So there's like a launch ramp here.
STP racers, I think that's what those were called.
And then there's like a VW.
Oh,
this
look
looks
at
like one
that.
of those that was supposed to blow up on impact.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like something would hit it and the red doors.
No, wait,
and
what,
stuff
what,
would
what,
pop
was
off.
that a crank like the freaking?
So there's like a wheel on the bottom.
Yep.
Crank it. Then I remember the commercial.
And I think that I want to say that would hook up to this ramp
Could be,
thing here.
yeah.
But I have no idea. Just
Yeah, it
some
looks-
other random stuff.
There was also
And
those key racers that were like that too.
I tried to sell it for $2.50.
Yeah.
They would launch when you squeeze the key.
Yeah, you just hit squeeze the key in the back of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
cool.
Well, there you
So-
go. There's the fucking instructions for it. What are you asking us for?
That's the other car thing there. I have no idea. All right, next item.
God damn it. This is the shit I dumped in the dumpster.
Yeah, right. So we got a Star Wars pillowcase.
Yeah, my brother had that same set. Yeah.
Asshole. Cars. Smash up derby.
That's what got
Yeah,
all his fault.
Yeah. So there's a Star Wars pillowcase.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Put your head on Star Wars.
That's $2,000 right there, dude.
Right.
You wear the T-shirt. God damn it.
Yes. Okay. This is very heavy.
Yeah,
Not sure what this is.
You found all this stuff when you moved, right?
No, my mother.
I remember that. I remember that thing.
Childhood, and she put it in these bins.
Oh my god, I totally remember that.
And she had them up in her garage. My parents in their garage for ever since I was a little kid. And then when my wife and I bought this house about 15 years ago, my mother said, "Here, take all these things. These are yours. Keep them." So I just stored them up in the garage. There's like a attic space up above in the garage.
That's if you cut balsa wood.
Yeah, it's totally.
But it's really heavy, man.
It was
Now you
cool. I
can sell
remember
it
that thing.
and pay for your house for it all.
Yeah,
that stuff has ridiculous value. I don't know who buys this stuff.
I mean, the fact that he still has the shit new in box.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or not new in box, but used in box, even still.
Dump that fucking balsa wood cutter.
Wait,
you get some money from that. What are you gonna do
There were
with
some
that?
bonus items in there. Hold on.
I can't find it on eBay. I'm looking for what was that thing called? Power what?
The Power Strip.
Power Shop.
Oh, Power Shop.
So did any of you guys have friends who kept their stuff like? So Chris obviously is one of our friends, but like any of your friends like growing up kept the stuff new in box or kept the stuff in box?
You know,
they play their stuff.
I went over to Keith's house one day to I forget what for, but I went there and he was taking stuff out of his attic to sell, and he had in box Teddy Rupskin and his friend.
Yeah.
And he was selling it on.
So was that for that wasn't from his childhood because that shit was like old when I was a teenager.
But I was just surprised he had it.
I remember I had a younger cousin who had a Tux Titty Rupskin, but it's like I had to be like, yeah, Tuxie Titty.
I think it was high school or something.
I was in like middle school.
Yeah.
And like I remember my young cousin had it.
Crank this thing.
Yeah, to get the saw going. It's basically a easy bake oven for boys.
Have these, like blocks of wood, I guess you're like supposed to sand them or something.
You run them through there.
I remember. I did it. I remember that fucking thing coming down.
You have OG wood.
Yes. So when I went to put that box on the floor, some stuff fell out of it. And here's some of the stuff. The Star Wars.
That is the Micro Machines Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, and then this Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yep. Proper with the cape and everything.
So
That's
this is all original. And this would be Han Solo, right? From
that's a Hoth. That's Empire.
Empire.
Yep.
And then I don't know what this dude's name is.
Walrus Man.
Oh,
yeah.
I had him.
Yep.
Bucktooth Beaver.
All right, and then we got the actual Han Solo, right?
Yep.
Empire Strikes Back console.
That's still Empire Strike Back. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. The original one, he had the white shirt and the black best, right?
And we got a R2D2 here, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Does he still make noise when you turn his head?
I don't think this one. No, it just turns.
It's a little, like little clicky things.
Yeah, it had a little clicky, tinky sound. And
yeah.
You turned it.
Those two, Mock? Make a noise?
Yep, there you go. Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, it does click.
So don't go too much with that because
we need to hear it. We need to hear it.
Is this Luke Skywalker?
Yeah,
that's Luke. Yeah.
That's in his outfit. Yeah.
Yep, that's X-wing pilot Luke.
Yep.
And we got this dude.
Snow Trooper.
Snow Trooper. Yep. Which is my next helmet I got to build.
Had that.
I got like 10 more of these.
How many?
Oh God,
Rebel Trooper.
Oh, I got some little trivia about the Han Solo snow outfit. So I don't know if you have that one, Gak, but he's wearing like it looks like a blue coat, but in the movie it's a gray coat. So what's funny? There it is. Yeah. So what's funny about that is that they got the people that made the figures got stills from the movie, but they were using a filter to make it look cold. So they put a blue filter to make it look like it's all cold. So they made the figure with a blue coat, but really, when he gets back to the base, it's like a gray.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Yeah, besides Mock, there's 4 other people that know that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been 15 minutes, Jim. Start blowing.
No, I look at the chat. Fuck.
Does that have the extension lightsaber?
No, that's a regular.
He's got a thing on his arm here.
Yeah, but does the tip extend?
Does the tip go out too?
No, no, the thin part.
Yeah, the thin part. Does that come out?
No, that doesn't though.
Okay, because
I remember I had one of those hand-me-downs and it broke off, and I threw it.
Because sometimes it would come out.
It's
And
really
I threw a toothpick in there because the lightsaber broke off. And I threw a toothpick in.
That's probably
All right, and I had this at a garage sale for $1, and I had no buyers.
Oh my God, that's actually worth a lot of money.
Yeah, that's rare.
That's snaggletooth. That's snaggletooth.
Or I'm sorry, Mock. Let me
that
know
one. That was the one you had to send away for or something. Let me look that one up for you here.
All right,
look it up.
And then we got shoot, what's his name? He's got the cape too.
Lando.
There's actually there's 2 snaggletooth figures.
And then we got
one of the tall one.
And he's got an orange snake around him.
Yep, that's the original snake. That's proper.
Is that cloth? He's got the cloth.
Yeah,
cloth.
Oh, I had that figure with a snake. He also had a cane.
You should have a cane. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably in there somewhere.
I would say.
Yeah, but
then we got this dude here.
Jawa.
Wait.
Yeah, Jawa.
That's a Jawa. They made it with the cloth.
So wait, Gak, the Jawa, that one has
This
the
one?
fabric. The fabric. Yeah, the fabric one. Because later they came out with the figure with plastic coat.
Yes, this is fabric.
So you got the fabric one, which is a little more rare. Yep.
How much is the snaggletooth on eBay? I see like $100.
I'm looking here. On the sold of eBay, it's like $12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth
We got this dude here.
Now, did you search for the red one, Mock?
Yeah.
And you can
one of the guys
interchange
from Bespin.
You could interchange that guy with Last Starfighter.
Oh yeah.
Anybody get that? No, you're the only one.
I gotta see it. I missed it.
Didn't even realize
on eBay.
Those guys from
Rivals. With the plastic.
Yeah, the plastic.
With a textured. Yep.
That's Cloud City, Leah.
Yep. They pull us into the gravitational pull. What do we do?
There's also the Bespin Luke that had the Bespin.
We got this dude. He actually has the gun. He's got a gun with him.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Another one of the
Then we got he's got a retractable sword also.
Did you guys ever send away for the accessories that you could get for the Star Wars figures? So that came with like the gas masks that Han Solo pulls out inside the monster. Remember in Empire?
Let's talk about Last Starfighter. That's more interesting.
Darth Vader here.
I'm sorry. It's just a joke. Unmute yourself. I'm just kidding. But I
Give me
wanna-
all you want. I don't care.
No, it was a joke. I just wanted to hear this stuff that Crackers.
Witness
Yeah,
the
one more, Hunter.
firepower of
There was.
this
Do you guys remember the Luke
fully
Skywalker
armed
that had
and
the it was the Bespin version? Yeah, that's the original
There's it
Solo.
And I tried to sell them for a $1.25.
You scruffy looking. You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take it away.
What's the Bestman Luke? What
So the Bespin Luke, he had the it was the khaki outfit, but he had a lightsaber that was all yellow, and it didn't extend from his arm. It was like a thing that you put in his hand, like a gun.
Oh yes, it was a lightsaber, actual like a attachment.
Yeah, but it was all yellow.
Yeah, I think I did have that.
Yeah.
Gak, what year was
that
this
figure.
garage sale that you tried to sell? For?
This would have been like 81, 82.
Yep, I remember the turret pay set.
81 or 82.
That's cool. I didn't have that. I wish I
It's
did.
in the box there, but yeah.
Box is pretty.
No, wait,
Pretty beat up.
Gak, what year was the garage sale you were trying to sell these at?
It was around
Wasn't
1981 or 82, I would guess.
Well, good, because that's when these things came out.
Yeah, these were out in like
That was
79.
super early. Yeah.
So, I mean,
if
the
I
80s right here.
came out till 80. You sold it a year later? No way.
Well, it was I was living in Oregon. I know this, and I moved back to
I
California.
had that playset.
I
That
moved back
playset
to
you're holding,
California
I
in
had
the
that.
summer of '83.
You did?
So it was.
Yep.
It was around 81, 82.
I never had any playsets.
This is the one. It had a bridge that broke apart.
Yeah.
Yep. I totally. I had this
top there.
playset. Yep.
It was
I
like a
feel like
team
that's
there.
going to be
Yep.
rare, Gak, with just with the box.
I
Like,
100%
that's a
had
weird
that.
one.
Funny, I had the figures. I had 0 playsets, and I wanted them though. I got the Star one.
You dick.
You dick.
Yeah, this has to be like super
Puzzle?
valuable, right?
Oh, jigsaw.
I tried to sell for
500 piece.
That's a cool looking jigsaw. All those black pieces, like, oh, where's my
Yeah, right.
Right.
Give you a quarter for it.
I liked how in that Netflix special,
Give me
it
a
said,
box of those naked lady tees and give me 2 of those. Give me 6 of those.
like
So
the
the
board
bottom of
games
this got
and all
all
that.
chewed up. The bottom's all messed up.
Oh
But
boy.
this was like a
Well, that's
cord.
because you sleep with it every night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop chewing on it, Gak.
The dog.
So yeah, C3PO, like some kind of cork board thing. I don't know.
Oh.
And then I also
Hey,
have
Gak,
a-
is that a foam dispenser
Lover's
that's sitting
right.
on there?
You're right, Meme Lover.
On your stack right there behind R2?
Where?
The thing that's standing up in the box behind you, Gak.
Oh.
Look behind
thing
you,
in the
Gak.
box. Yep,
Yeah, is that right there? Is that a foam dispenser?
This is
Wait
a
for it to warm
giant
up,
wooden
Lover.
pickup sticks.
You're gonna do
Oh,
this.
okay, never mind.
I fucking
It's all
suck at that
Funyun.
game, though.
That's a good looking mustache on him. We gotta get Leo to grow that mustache.
Yeah. Nice shitty mustache. I'm like, it's a box of
Yeah,
sticks.
pickup sticks.
And they sold them.
Yeah.
Pickup sticks.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Oh, here's a from one of those other things. The full.
Oh yeah,
crank.
that is it. Where's Carrie? That's exactly the pull string we were just talking about.
Yeah, you
That
pull it
goes in
on
the
that
back, and
with
you
the big,
pull it out
that
like,
big wheel.
like you're starting up a lawnmower,
Whatever that car was with
All
the
right.
big
and then
wheel
it
on it.
spins
This
around.
one?
Yeah,
All right, Meme Lover, we're doing
it should go into the back of it, and then you can spin that, and then it spins up the engine, so you can put it down, and then it shoots across the floor.
Okay.
Or it could be the other car that you.
It might be
had
the
big wheel.
Beetle too, but it's one of
No,
those
that-
two.
Yeah, the car that had the giant wheel underneath it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the VW bug thing.
Yeah, that one might go to that one.
Yeah, could be.
One of those has, but the drag
Bit of-
racer had the thing in the back though.
Could have a slot to stick that little thing in. And
Yeah, where's this? Yeah, stop that. Dude,
Right?
I saw your post today in NSW. That was you were, like, fucking on fire tonight.
And just a few more of these cards. I had a bunch of those cards in my other bin. And it's probably pretty much the last one. An original
Right.
one, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Do you still have any the black papers for it?
I have no idea. I'm
Yeah,
kind of
right,
scared
yeah.
to open this.
Yeah,
It's
no,
so
don't.
weird that
don't
we
open
kept
it.
all the boxes though. We trashed all our boxes as kids.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
No.
I
don't
I
understand
remember the first
took
time
good care of
the first
it.
time I ever went over to one of my brother's friends. My brother's 4 years older, and he had all of his toys still in the original boxes. He kept all that shit, and it was at that point, it was a turning point in my like mental thought of toys. It was like, you keep the boxes, and it's awesome.
Well,
And then I
it's
started doing the
because
same thing. That was
back in the 80s. There was no eBay. There was no internet. There was no.
Well, no, but like for me, it wasn't at the time. It was being like eBay to resell them. It was like, this is how you keep the shit safe.
Yeah.
Like I remember he had. You guys remember laser tag?
Oh yeah, I had laser tag.
Did you?
Yep.
So I had the vest
Uh-huh.
and the helmet.
I didn't have the helmet. No.
And so like for me, it was like I had all my laser tag stuff. It was a big year. I don't remember what year that came out, but like my mom never bought us gun toys. She wouldn't buy us guns ever.
Yeah, it was expensive toy.
It was, but like her thing was she didn't want to buy us guns.
Yeah.
So
shoot your eye out, kid.
This was exactly. It was that same mentality. So like for her, the whole thing was like, this is a big deal because she bought my brother and I both laser tag. And it was guns, and she did not approve of guns, right? So we had our laser tag stuff, and I was totally into laser tag, and there was like a cartoon and a comic that went along with it and all that stuff. But like years later, I remember going over to some friend's house, and the dude had his laser tag set still in the original box, in the styrofoam packing stuff. So and it was like, it wasn't about like trying to keep it pristine because he played with them and stuff, but it was like, it was a perfect packing case to put all your laser tag shit in. So you didn't just throw it into like a toy box.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it got all scraped up and on the sides, and his stuff still looked fucking perfect. And he played with it all the time. But when he was done, he put it back in the original styrofoam box and then folded it up and like put it in the closet. And I was like, that's how you keep your shit nice. Like blew my mind. But like Gak, apparently, like your parents have been doing that shit since you were a little kid. And
now, when you played laser tag with your brother, did you have the sensor on your chest or on your head?
The chest.
Okay, because same here. That's how I played. But when you look behind like a wall and you're shooting, your chest thing is always hidden. That's the thing about it.
Is that like that's where Laser Quest? Have you ever done the Laser Quest, like the modern day laser tag thing? All right, so here's a funny little tidbit. So my brother, you guys have seen him on the show. So he used to play Laser Quest, which is laser tag, professionally.
That was a career choice.
I'm totally doing air quotes for this because there's a limit to what you can do in this sport professionally. But like basically, and it's not like him like as like a 20, 30 something year old going to beat up little kids and like a little like no, like so they have shoulder sensors. There's sensors on your gun. There's sensors. You're wearing this big like vest thing with a battery pack on it, so it's like heavy. And they run around in these mazes, which are multi-level. So it's not just like a big, like flat open thing. There's like a multi-level, like ramps and shit like that. And there's all these special rules for how you play it. But like, you can't just like hide, like laser tag. You could be like with your gun and like just hold like your hand over the sensors on your chest and like shoot people. Like that doesn't work. And there's like this sportsmanship thing that goes along with it. And maybe the next time, if you guys really give a shit, have Josh come on here and talk about Laser Quest. He could go on for hours about it. But like, it's a competitive thing. And like, there were like regionals and nationals, and people would go play laser tag professionally. But yeah, it's this whole thing of like how you fire the trigger on the gun to get as many shots out per second, and how many hits to get in the right places, and like hitting the gun was worth so many points, and hitting the chest and the shoulders are worth different points, and all these sensors in the body. But like, yeah, it's this crazy sport which is still going on. Like I went to a buddy of mine who was an interesting fellow for his bachelor party, wanted to go play laser tag. Not the typical strip club experience for a bachelor party, but yeah, so that was my first or second experience playing laser tag, and it's like this whole thing with this great big maze in a warehouse
Mm-hmm.
against 15 other people, and you have to walk around and shoot them and
That's the thing I didn't like. See, we have a laser tag place near us,
super fun.
in San Marcos, and you're not allowed to run. That was one of the rules.
You can't run. There's this whole that's part of the players what do they call it? The players quest, the players creed, something like that. Where it's you can't run, so you don't run through the maze. You have to walk.
Yeah.
You can't cover your sensors. That's against the rules. So there's code of conduct. And we lost Steve, who's the only person who gave a shit about this. So, all right, there you go. So, thanks for the posters, Brian.
Yeah, those are nice.
Is it time to shut this shit down?
No one gives a shit about what we're talking about. Yeah. Orange Whip.
Well, we have to send him. I'll send him a message on Slack. Oh, that's right. We have to do the
what do you call chat? Video group chat.
Okay, because he said to send him a
He
message.
just typed 7 minutes ago.
Oh,
say goodbye. Yeah.
Jimbo, I can't wait to finish the videos about Cobra Kai. I fucking loved the whole series. Brad, maybe you'll hear it later. Brad, thank you so much because you made it happen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's good, right?
I enjoyed every bit of it, every episode. I was so excited. I binge watched it. I couldn't do it in one night because it got too late.
I didn't too.
It was 2 nights for me. I fucking loved it. I then immediately went out
one of the
and
best
bought this.
shows ever.
The combo Karate Kid with Jaden Smith.
Yeah, I
have never seen.
I have 2 sets of the DVD version plus the original Karate Kid when it first was released on DVD and the Blu-ray. And I white elephanted one of my sets to someone over Christmas.
Yeah, I'm so excited, dude. How much the Cobra Kai focused on the first and the third movies. I don't know if you touched on this, but the second movie kind of sucks. But the first, and the third
no, the second movie's good.
I'm compared to the rest. The first one and the third one is like the Cobra Kai story, right?
Yes.
The second one's all the Japan thing, which is
they could have easily ended on Karate Kid Part 2.
Yeah. But the third one is I like the third one. But Mike Barnes
the third one is so
badass.
over the top. It is
well,
badass.
It is, but it's badass though. It's like what twists Daniel into being kind of a bad guy a little bit.
It's got its perks, but to me, it's more notorious for having the most eccentric bad guys there are.
Yeah,
and that's not a bad thing. No, that's not a bad thing. But I'm saying they could have ended it on the second one. The third one is of the 3 films. To me, the third one's the weakest, but it's got the best villains.
Oh, yeah, the villains is what makes the story for me though.
Terry Silver is
badass.
One of the best villains of all time.
He takes everything that he learned from the first movie and turns it on its head and fucks it all up.
He is brilliant. Thomas Ian Griffith is brilliant in that movie. That's why I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Yeah. I'm just saying of the 3, that's where I feel.
Oh, but that's interesting because I think the second one is being the weak one for me.
See, it's tough for me to put Daniel as being the wimp he becomes in the third movie after the events of the second movie. Well, it's like this guy is fighting for his fucking life,
right?
And
so the second one is
his ass kicked by this guy.
Your karate has to mean something.
Yeah,
is the story of the second movie.
But I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I think the trilogy is really good.
Yeah.
No, the Hilary Swank one's the best.
That's right. Are we bringing that into the canon?
Well, Mr. Miyagi is in it, and it's called Mr. Miyagi, so yeah, it's canon.
Well, I would rather call that canon than the reboot.
Yeah,
because
I've not seen
that's the kung fu.
So I have no idea.
I've never seen it.
I have one little complaint so far about the series. That's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. I think.
Should we go offline, or do people want us to talk about this on air?
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it's like this has got to be like Jim.
Okay.
Like, I know you fucking own
Did
this.
you guys find this kind of lame?
Wait. Before we start, who hasn't seen the series?
Who does not want us to do spoilers?
All right. So,
Oh no,
Seabird
don't do
hasn't
spoilers
seen
because
this.
I'm not done with it yet.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I just started, but I don't care what you guys say. It's
Well,
cool.
what the fuck?
No, I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil anything. I just have a
We'll have to
comment.
wait then.
I'll watch it all tonight.
Shut
Binge
up.
it tonight.
I love it at least enough to buy the fucking DVD box set
Okay,
of all four.
I just want to
movies.
know if you agree with me on this. There's a scene in the show where Daniel goes to confront his rival car sales guy, and he keeps saying, "Do you want a boba? Do you want a boba? Do you want a boba tea?" And then Daniel turns around and kicks the boba out of his hand, and I thought that kick needed to be a reshot.
That was gay.
It was such a lame kick.
Yeah, it was.
And
gay.
it was supposed to be like a cool moment, and it was such a horrible kick.
Yeah, that was a bad.
It's embarrassing.
Bad editing.
It was a bad kick, but keep in mind that this is Ralph Macchio, and he does not have any training.
Yeah, but it could have been reshot. I would have been a director. Went, no, let's reshoot that.
Yeah,
let's
get a good trainer in here.
Do it again.
Steve, I will not refute that. I will not disagree with you there.
It bugged me. I was like,
It
if I was a director, I'd be like, no.
When I saw it, they showed that in the trailer.
That's what I mean. This is in the trailer.
Yeah,
It's in
and
the trailer.
and I will not refute that. Like I thought, I'm like, oh, he could do better. Yeah.
Anyway,
drain
that's all
out
I'll
that,
say.
drain out
same
your
thing.
leg.
Yep.
Yeah, but yes,
The boba, but boba's pretty. I just learned about boba recently.
Boba's good. My daughter turned me on to boba.
It's like yeah.
It's bubble tea. No one calls it boba.
Well,
Everyone
bubble or
calls
boba. Both.
It's tapioca bubbles.
Yeah.
Tapioca boba.
Yep, it's good.
I mean, the Asians call it.
They have some weird flavors though. My daughter brought home one. It's like rose flavored. It tastes like a rose. I don't want to drink a rose.
it's like a used penis flavor. No.
Prophylactic boba.
Kumquat.
It's got barnacles on it. No.
Are we off air?
Yeah, let's go off air.
Let's go off air. Brad, do it.
We've hit that.